I will be surviving for 100 days in Beyond Ascension. This is a true one-of-a-kind RPG experience with insane combat, with new bosses that will give me a real hard time, even having not one but two skill trees to really customize our builds as well. With all this new crazy stuff, I set myself 3 main goals. I want to acquire the best melee armor set in the pack. Yeah, that's a maid outfit, but it's actually good, trust me. Secondly, I want to defeat the Ultra Sniffer, which is the final boss of Terramity. And lastly, I want to try to make my way to the obscure Macabre dimension. With our goals set, it's time to switch to hardcore and get this show on the road. So please like and subscribe, it's a free way to help the channel, and enjoy watching me survive for 100 days in Beyond Ascension. Holy voice crack, lock in! Welcome everybody to a brand new pack. This is Beyond Ascension, and we have to start with choosing our class. You know, I love it when we get classes. The Titan is immune to negative combat effects. Health 28. Wait, the health changes as well. Rogue has 16 health. Dude, I'm going Titan. Immune to negative combat effects. Health of 28. We have to go Titan. Ooh, we're geared up. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, this looks crazy. Also, I changed the day back to day 1. You might have probably been wondering, what is this day 2? Yeah, I died on day 2 on the previous run. Hey, at least you guys know that I'm legit. Oh, also, for those of you wondering, since this is an RPG, yes, we have skill points. We have this whole grand menu, and we have this whole grand menu with so many different skills. It's insane. That feels legal. Ooh, Estus Flask. That's some healing. This is probably a very bad idea, what I'm thinking about doing now. There don't seem to be any kind of enemy here. Ooh, look at all this. What kind of fancy loot is that? Oh, arrows. Iron ingots. Right, I'm surprised there's not a single enemy in here. Which means that all of this is fair game. Especially the Awakened Emeralds. Oh, and a ritual altar. Nice, thank you. No, I want to explore a little bit more before we do something like that. What is this chest? What? Oh my god. What is this? Okay, well, we got our first weapon. Right. Okay. Dormant Eye. That's actually kind of good. Yo, hold up. Let me snack real quick. The cool thing is, with this eye, we get another charm slot. And that one gives us block reach, I think. Yeah, it does. We also get a chorus totem, which gives us 1 failsafe. Dang, this is really good. Wait. That's a heavy attack. So that's 1 combo? Ooh. Brother, I feel insane right now. This is a crazy day 1, isn't it? Right, we gotta find a place where we can sleep. This looks like a campsite. I'm going there. We're actually powerful. Oh, it's a pillager base. Oh! That's not good. That's not good. I gotta eat. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Ooh. I'm running. We're way too weak to do this. I don't want to lose this world. I do not want to lose this world. Why is there a random Aether portal here? I see a house. That illager did way too much damage. It 2-shot me. Brother. Wait, what is this? Suspicious sand? I'm not even capping. This world feels fresh. Fresh. I like it. I gotta find a place to sleep, brother. Village. That has to have a bed. Double door house. That's a big house. Ooh, and we ran out of food. It has a bed and it has food. Let's go. You may not rest right now. There's monsters nearby. Okay. Oh, these guys are blocking. That's crazy. Ah, he's got a sword. He's got a sword. I don't like that. Estus flask. Oh, it gives me regen. Oh, please help me. Please help me. Nice, nice. Well, he exploded. Kill this thing. Kept possessing stuff. Jeez. Okay, we should be able to sleep. Dude, what was this day? Oh. Oh, dude, this world is beautiful. What in the world are you? Quake, are you friendly? Dude, I don't even know what I'm looking at. There's a dragon here. Run, 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 run. Oh, oh, what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? Well, I killed it. I don't know what it was, but he started screaming at me. Oh, dude, all of these are locked behind actually killing mobs. That's really cool. Right. If no action is performed within 2 seconds, gain anticipation. This will grant you stun immunity and reduce the damage next taken. I like that. This will grant you stun immunity and boost your damage by 40%. Ooh, also nice. Actually, pretty important we get that white wool, because now we actually can make a backpack. I'm pretty sure. We just needed a chest, a sleeping bag, leather, and string. Oh yeah. Tier 1 backpack unlocked, baby. Here we go. What would the world be like without mods? Have you guys ever thought about that? Man, it would be so boring. Can you imagine choosing a sulfur cube over a sea serpent? With that little statement out of the way, it was time to go and raid a village. This was one of the prime sources of early game artifacts and relics. And we were about to find a couple of really good ones. One of the chests ended up being completely stacked with running shoes, rollerblades, drinking hat, and bunny shoes. These let you jump higher and negate fall damage. Huge win. Also, sushi. Big W. That's also when I found my first enigmatic die. This is kind of like the lucky block from way back, although these ones usually have negative effects, so I'm not going to roll these just yet. But promise you, at some point we will. After the enigmatic dice, I got raided by a couple of Nomus hunters. These guys stood absolutely no chance against my torment, and I slashed them up real nice. Also found a whoopee cushion. I don't really want to be using all this flatulence, but it's funny. After that, I kept looting and I got a leather belt. This is actually a really good relic, as you use this in your belt slot and will give you more charm slots. Quick stop at the waystone, and I was back to looting. We also got an antidote vessel, which gives us even less negative effects on us, since we already have that bonus from Titan, and on day 3, it was time to set out. I also spent my first couple of skill points on a new skill. While above 80% health, you gain mindset, which will increase your damage. This was going to be pretty good. And that's when I also learned about the Explorer's Compass, requiring, oh my precious, create machinery. That's terrible. I don't like create. Moving on, I wanted to look into more fun things, which was magic. For the Spellforge, it was the basic recipe, requiring crying obsidian and polished deep slate. This wasn't too bad. We could get this out of the way real quick. But before anything else, I decided to hit up one of these pillager structures, and I wanted to enact some vengeance against what they did to me in the first day. Also, these guys are like mumbling. They're speaking, which is weird. But I made sure to hit a nasty combo on this guy while he tried to smash my head in with an axe. That being said, loot was kind of mid. Not gonna lie. Moving on, I spent, or at least I wanted to spend, my first couple of skill points in this crazy looking skill menu. The only issue being that the skill points you gather are really slow, but you get them with combat and with gathering skills. That's also when I kind of ran into an enemy that I didn't really know what to do with. This was a really tough guy. Even a fully charged up overhead smash did 0 damage. I had no idea what this guy was. But later, I would find out, before dispatching this Reaper real quick, later I would find out this guy has resistance 5. How are you supposed to damage this thing? Resistance 5 is nuts. Nothing I did damage. Nothing. The uppercut did 0. The 0 just appeared on the screen. So I dipped. I had to dip. There was no way I was going to kill this guy. That's when I found out the innate skill of the Torment, which deals heavy damage to yourself. Later on, I'll find out that this is actually one of the S tier weapons in the pack because of the innate skill. But we'll need to get a little bit more powerful before we can fully utilize this skill. And on the path to become more powerful, I wanted to see what this Quake was all about. So I charged up an attack, and I thought I was going to demolish this guy. Absolutely whiffed it, and he started getting angry. And he started charging up. That scared me, and I wanted to get out of there as quick as possible. But what came next scared me even more, because I ran into a structure that had an actual boss inside of it. And if one boss wasn't enough, how about 2 Enviokers? This was one of my main targets on my kill list. I wanted to conquer this structure at some point fairly soon. But we first needed a base of operation, because for getting stronger, we're going to need storage. And we're going to need a lot more skills. So while looking over some of these skills, I found the cream of the crop, the best skill in my opinion in the game, a rechargeable shield that gives you 20 absorption points. This is nuts, and it's available early into the game. I love it. With my new absorption, I thought it was going to be a good idea to raid a Cryomancer's base. Normally these guys are friendly until you attack them or steal their loot. And this guy didn't have that many crazy trades. Or at least I was going to say that, but I kind of whiffed the trade and I had to kill him. Yeah, my bad. My bad, gang. Wasn't like that. But his loot was kind of fat. Epic ink? That's pretty good. I also managed to find a Sharpness 3 book in this base. That allowed me to get Sharpness 3 and, sadly, Death Wish onto my Torment. Death Wish, I think, is an enchantment that allows you to deal more damage the lower HP you are, but you also take more damage. So it's kind of counterintuitive for a hardcore run. With the Cryomancer behind us, I located what looked like an interesting house. I vaguely remember this from other mod packs, and usually I think this had some pretty good loot inside of it. So I wanted to raid it fully. Not really realizing I'd run into an illusioner. Though I did two-shot him. Maybe this Torment is a little bit overpowered in the early game. I can't lie about that, but it felt pretty awesome. Random sniffer egg inside of this base as well. Not really sure what we do with that, but it's there. So I'll keep a waypoint on it, for now, at least. The rest of the loot inside of this house was kind of mid. Just a few emeralds, some onions, things like that. Nothing really crazy, sadly. That's when I ran into something glorious. Look at this tree. Look at this monstrosity. This base. I already saw the vision. This was going to become my base at some point in the pack. Once we unlock Waystones, we'll get to it. We also need to get powerful enough to defeat the dragons that are right outside of it. But that's a bridge we'll cross when we actually get there. And while looking for an actual base that had a Waystone in it or nearby it, I ran into a mine cells dungeon, a prison's quarters, which is actually really good because we're going to get a lot of diamonds here really easily. Like, diamonds are scattered almost everywhere within these chests, and there is 10s, 20, 30 chests inside of this dungeon. So the chance to get full diamond set from this dungeon alone was pretty high. And you can also get a few really nice books out of this, like a Power 5 that I got, which I put on a crossbow. Now, all things considering, usually these mobs are pretty strong, but the Torment just smashes through anything standing in front of it. There was also a whole bunch of random items from Etheria, and some of the crafting recipes look a little too complicated for me to comprehend. I've never seen this mod. I don't know what to do with these items. Maybe we'll get around to it. Now, all in all, I was pretty satisfied with this first run of the prison quarters. I raided only the first floor and got around 7 diamonds. That's already good for a little bit of armor. Now it was time to figure out a base location. And I managed to scrounge up a tower that I believe had a waystone all the way at the top. The only thing was we needed to fight for this base. And these zombies really like to dodge and block. It's kinda crazy. But when all the monsters were defeated, I located the glorious waystone as well as a solid 8 blocks of gold. Seeing as I have 52 apples, this is going to come in real clutch, and we can make a whole bunch of golden apples that are going to become our battle food. Now, it did take me a little bit of time to make this base functional, and I also decided to upgrade my backpack to an iron one, giving me another 2 armor points. Everything was stored into chests, our backpack was upgraded, I was feeling confident we could take on the next day full of valor. Full of confidence? Full of valor. Valor sounds pretty cool. And we just had to be courageous, because the first thing that I found when I went outside was a Nomus trader and a few monsters just waiting for me to come down to my base. First things first, of course, we have to gather up a little bit of obsidian to get things kickstarted and make an enchanting table. I also had the really bright idea to make a nether portal really early on, because some of the skills are locked behind visiting a new dimension, and I thought I was onto something. The nether also has way better loot, and since we have access to diamond, I thought we could go to netherite immediately, skipping a couple of the progression stages. But of course it wasn't that easy. You need an advancement to go to the nether. Putting the issue of the nether aside, I learned that we can make an easy totem of roots to start getting some soul power. This is also what we need to upgrade to a soul totem, a rechargeable totem of undying from Cody, and we already had the awakened emeralds, if you remember. So we were actually well on our way to get our first totem of undying. The only problem in this system is we need a soul torch. So we're gonna have to find some soul sand somewhere. Luckily for me, I already had some. I honestly don't remember where I found this, but we had it laying around. And before you knew it, bada bing, bada boom, we got a soul totem, and we are not gonna die in this run. This was getting really exciting. Torment, day 1. Soul Totem, day 6. Base, day 6. Waystone, located. Storage, set up. We are balling right now. And so it was time for our first official mining expedition. Because we need resources. We are going to need so many resources. It's going to be a recurring theme in the pack. You need a lot of every resource. But I was feeling good, I was feeling confident. We also located an andesite pocket, meaning we could get into create. All sorts of good things were happening on day 7. That is until I found a fire dragon right in my backyard. And I crapped my pants. We were definitely not ready to fight one of these things just yet. That dragon is menacing. That is the #1 threat to our life. I'm lucky I wasn't in the activation range and that thing didn't come flying right at me. I would have been dead. Toast. No way I'd survive that. So in order to take preventative measures to ensure that I would live if sort of situations arise again, I made myself a couple of return scrolls. These are some really nifty items, easy to craft and will save your life if you're in a pinch. These scrolls allow you to teleport back to your waystone. Day 8 was mostly spent researching some recipes that I'm saving in my JEI hotbar and also making a couple of upgrades to our backpack, namely the crafting upgrade, smelting upgrade, iron upgrade for more storage, and we were on a roll. These were also the first quests of the pack and I wanted to knock them out as soon as possible so we could start the real progression. And since we had so much gold on hand, I just upgraded it to a full gold storage capacity backpack. We just had way too much gold laying around. And I hit a kind of lucky spree, because when I went out to go explore, we actually hit a random waystone right next to the base. This was pretty sick. Only sad part, you need a netherite pickaxe to pick up the waystone. So until we get to netherite, right now, we are a little bit cooked. We can't really freely teleport around. We're gonna have to keep that in mind. I also spent my first levels on mining. Not smart, but I did it anyway. I thought the skill points for gathering and combat were separated in this skill tree. So I thought we could invest some in gathering, some in melee. No, little balance. No, all those skill points, they're combined. So if you spend your melee skill points that you earned on gathering skills, you don't have any more skill points to spend on your melee skills. Yeah, I only figured that out later. Now, one of the things I still don't know about the second skill tree is these passives, for example. Like, you have an active skill effect, which is also a passive, but the listed passive like extra max health, extra max stamina, I don't know if these stack when you just unlock skills or if that's only when you're using the actual skill. If somebody can clarify that, that would be awesome. I also probably committed a war crime by killing these passive Nomus in their own home. Not my proudest moment, admittedly. Their loot was also definitely not worth it. And I ended up finding an Illager Mage's Fort. This is pretty awesome. It's a little bit more dangerous than what I'm used to, but it is definitely a really good structure to raid, and I deal a ton of damage. The only thing I'm pretty scared about is the Ravager. I don't know where that guy is, but I don't want to face him. For now, we seem to be in the clear. No Ravager was around. Never mind. That's where the Ravager is. Okay, that's a problem. Also, a whole bunch of Vexes. Who likes this mob? Nobody likes Vexes. Good thing is, after gaining my composure pack, I was able to dispatch of the Ravager using my dash attacks. This was a really solid strategy. I just baited out an attack, ran behind a tree, used my dash attack, and just whittled his HP down. The rest of the dungeon was kind of a piece of cake. I also caught the Spellbreaker guy real by surprise, hiding in a corner, probably texting his mom or something. Slapped him in the back of the head with the Torment. Done. Game over. And all the way at the top, the Arch-Evoker stood no chance. Zero. This guy tried to push me back, hit an overhead swing, then hit him with a low-sider. Done for. Dead. And all of his enchanted books and inkwares were now mine. And the chest in the middle of the barrel section is pretty good. It has epic ink and enchanted books. So that's definitely a nice one. Back at the bottom of the base, they called in reinforcements, and one of these guys was flying through the air with his katana. That guy was the real menace. He was probably more scary than the Arch-Evoker, if I'm being honest. Guy dodged all the way from the fence to the battleground in 1 second. Dodging, weaving back and forth, this guy was nuts. And it took me a fair bit of swinging before he went down. Eventually, I made it safely back to my base, stored away all the loot we'd gotten, and I was rolling in materials. We were off to a great first 10 days. Let's go to the Blighted Shack. I don't want to run into a dragon, so we're going to have to kind of scooch our way over here. Go ahead and do that real quick. Oh, what the... Where did you guys come from? Do they respawn? There's a good chance that they respawn. Yeah, I don't see the dragon, so I'm just going to go this way. Yeah. The plan for today is that we're pretty much going to try to find a couple of interesting places. One of the main things that I got in mind is I want to find one of those Aether portals so I can get some glowstone, and then we can focus on getting our storage system set up. That's going to be one of the most important things, because the more items that we can bring home with us to just absolutely dump into the storage system, the more items we can work with when we finally want to craft and do rituals and get into magic and all that good stuff. Because there is so many new mods that I have never seen before in this pack. I know I say that every video, for those wondering. I say that every video because I always look for mod packs that look interesting and bring something new to the table. Let me go and say hi. What's up real quick? Are you friendly? You are for now. What do you trade? Chained books, furled map, alchemical trade route. Oh, dude. You don't know what's going to hit you. Oh, God. Ooh. That was a one-shot. That was a one-shot. Oh, my God. Yo, I knew we were going to do a lot of damage with charging up, but a one-shot is a little diabolical, no? There's just, like, so much random stuff. Flaming strike. A cracked pearl hung on a chain. Amulet of teleportation. What is that? What does that even do? Wait, hold up. Never mind. One more place. Definitely got to check out this place. A honeycomb. That's it. Oh, no, wait, hold up. Aha, heavy chain. Look at all that. Beautiful. Take it. What is that? Ooh, there's like a necromancer here. Hold up. Gonna take care of that guy real quick. Boom. Oh my God. Why can I not dodge? What is going on with my dodge roll? Oh! of joke is this? What kind of a joke is this? What do you mean? That's disgusting. Oh my god, my software kicked in. That's why I couldn't dodge roll. Dude, popping my totem like that is not cool. Well, there goes my 1 extra life I had. Oh, regular ass zombie. You gotta be joking. These are glow shrooms. I'm looking for glow stone, not glow shrooms. Don't really have a good benefit for that. Oh, this is the blighted shack. Here we go. Anything dangerous around? I don't think so. This is actually a much larger structure than I thought it would be. Crystal ball? Oh. That's probably pretty bad. I do not like that. She teleports. Oh. What is that? Oh my god, dude. She's doing like some poison BS. My helmet broke. Oh, we got her. Oh my god. Wait, no, she unequipped my helmet. What? Treasure pouch? Magic protection 3. That's kind of baller. Okay, crystal ball dangerous. Don't just take crystal balls. Sheesh. Yeah, look at this, dude. Oh, yeah, he deals like 7 hearts. I'm out of here. Ciao, bye. We'll come back here later. Right, we do need to work on some better armor. We're going to do that right now because we have a few diamonds and we have like a prompt. We have at least 1 prompt book. So I definitely vibe with that. Like a diamond chestplate. I don't have any enchants on this one. Where's the protection book? Here, protection 4. Look at this. Boom, boom. That's a valuable piece of gear. Do you know what I'm saying? Check that out. Boom. Because we go from 6 armor to 8 armor. Less of a chance to bleed, I think. It has a lot more weight, but that's fine because it also has that prot 4. That prot 4 is banger. Banger. Ooh, that's probably a bad idea. No! I knew it. Man! I knew I had to have 1 more block. That's good, okay. First piece of diamond equipment? No, he didn't even get new trades. What? Dude, not cool. Okay. Expert. Master. What are these trades? No! We can't get diamond armor. He changed it. Ah! There's no way. Oh, you're joking. Man, Blue Versal. Why you gotta be smart like this? Why you gotta be smart like that, huh? Oh, all of these give a Chungus Emerald. Right, which means that we could buy some things in the shop then. Not so common materials, enigmatic legacy, and terramity. A gnome hat. That's not cool. Daemonium. What is that? Daemonium. What do you do with Daemonium? Requiem? You make a gun with that? What? Meteor cannon. Dude, what are these items? Anti-material rifle. What? Right, I definitely want a good enchanting table. I think that should be on the list. Storage system and enchanting table. Those are like 2 things I really want to get now. Oh, actually. Wait, no, I used up all my... Oh, no, I didn't use up all my iron. Hold up. We're actually going to unlock a huge deal of movement. Check this out. Grab 1 iron rod. What is this, a dragonfly wing? What do you do with that? But what I do know is this. Grappling hook. I mean, this is already a movement speed upgrade. I just gotta make sure that I don't get clapped by a dragon out of nowhere. Because that dragon is eyeing me, bro. Arachnophobia. Oh, this is a spider dungeon. I don't like those. I really don't. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I really don't like spiders. What is that? Some kind of tower? Okay, hold up. Interesting structure spotted. We are on the move right now. Check this out. Yeah, I'm you guys' worst nightmare. Ooh. Ooh, lucky scarf. Yo. Has a chance to apply an additional level of luck to mine blocks. If successful, the ability triggers again, adding another level of luck. Process continues till fails, summarizing all the levels. Huge. Kinda huge. What is this village? What is this pillager yapping about, bro? Like, what? Oh. You are going to give me a totem, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. We got the totem back, boys. We got the totem back. We're back in business. Whoa. Yo, whoa. Hunter belt, not that crazy. Spore sack, this is interesting. When taking damage, throws a spore in a random direction that sticks to surfaces and explodes when a target approaches, dealing damage, poison, slowing, and block. Dude, I swear I heard something creep up. And blocking for 5. That is very interesting. What is this? A charm? It is a charm. We also get a spell stone. Accelerate in the direction of your sight. Immunity to fall damage and collision. 50% chance to deflect incoming projectiles. You are vulnerable to withering and void damage. Okay, that is good to know. But the spell stone is huge. It is an actual crawl dungeon, dude. Oh, check this out. Oh, this is about to be immaculate. I can already tell. We're going straight down. We don't take fall damage. I mean, I like niche equipment. I like that. Fever Blossom. What does Fever Blossom do? Nothing. Nada. Get out of here. That's pretty cool. What is it, this enchanting table? Disenchanting. Nope. Unenchanting. Oh, God. Oh, we can make the enchanting infuser, though. Ooh. Bottle of hyper enchanting. What? Whoa. What is that? That doesn't look right. Ooh, creepers. Ugh, don't explode, please. How are we looking on skill points? 2 skill points. That requires 3. Ugh. Glowstone! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. Getting a good amount of levels from this place. Definitely don't mind that. They are scary. Heart of the Earth. Love that. And some fragments. I'll take the fragments as well. Why not? But I believe with the Heart of the Earth, we can make a really good... Yes, necklace. Definitely. Whoa. Oh my God, dude. He almost... Dude, the skeleton shot him and he wanted to blow up the skeleton. You cannot make that up. He almost one-shot my ass. There's Obby. Oh, this is a tough guy. Jeez. There's Obby here, but no crying Obby. Oh. Curse fatigue. Ew. Ew. Yo, these guys have some gnarly potion effects. We're clearing this lower floor really fast. I'm kind of afraid we're not going to find any more good stuff. I know there's like one giant room. I haven't found it in a long time, but I know there is one crazy room. Another diamond helmet. Wait, what is that? Stealth 3. That's an interesting enchant. Ooh, nice little clap back. Back home we go. And it is nighttime already. Dude, we got stacked. Like, seriously stacked. That gives us access to level 28 enchants. Go ahead and craft ourselves some diamond boots. Right, we are rocking a good amount of armor. We're rocking some extra HP as well. I don't know how I got that. Oh, I got that from the diet. Really? I will go ahead and give my leggings that protection. They already have frost protection. Take that off. Get out of here. There we go. That's good. Why is there a sky island? No way. There's no way that's the sky island. It is. It is. That's the way. There's a... Wait, but what? I've never seen that. Ruined nether portal in a sky island. Mission: sneak loot the ruined nether portal for crying obsidian. We also needed to make a spell forge now that I think about it. There we go. Oh, no crying obsidian. Wait, there's piglin brutes here. No, it's potatoes and bread and iron. What do you mean? Oh my god, they keep spawning. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm getting out of here. Yep. Opa. Ooh. Wait, you know, actually, wait, I don't have a ranged weapon. Oh, if I had a ranged weapon, I could have tamed one of these amphitheaters. That would have been really huge. Unless... No. Oh, okay. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Ha ha ha! He is quite low, though. Wow, taming this guy is pretty hard. He hurts. Got him. Got him! Alright, we got a flying mount now. I don't see any dragons around here. Ooh, I do see the dragon over there. Dragon's active. Dragon's active. Oh. Oh. Nope. 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 I'm noping out of here. Hell nah. Let's keep exploring. I just need to find... Wait, is there any way we can make crying obsidian? I don't think there is, right? Nah. Nah. You can do the evasion elixir, or you can just do onions. Brother. Well, I guess we're doing that. Potato, wheat, beetroot, wheat. Wee. Rice, tomato, cabbage. Onions. That is crazy, though. That is the craziest recipe I've ever seen for crying obsidian. I'm not even gonna cap. That is nuts. We did get some deep slate, right? Yeah, we did. Oh, dude. Spell forge? Hallelujah. That is crazy. Right, it's time for an infusion table. That is gonna be quite the sick upgrade. I'm not even gonna lie. Check this out. You gotta start from scratch with these. Okay, gotcha. So, prompt 4, unbreaking 3, enlightenment 2. Now, also with finally having access to our enchanting infuser, it was time to get all of our different pieces of armor enchanted up to the max, at least as far as our experience would allow. That's also when I took my very first look at terramity. This is a really huge part of this mod pack because we've got rifles, we've got different tiers of tools, different tiers of armor, a whole bunch of relics and artifacts. This is a really large mod. And it works in a progression system where you need the lower tiered variant of tool to mine the higher tiered material. Right now, all of it was still confusing for me, but the one thing that I didn't know is that we had to fight Gob, the king of gnomes. That was the first boss we'd ever have to face, and he was on the kill list. In order to get ourselves prepared to fight Gob, one of the first things I wanted to do was actually see if we could get an epic spell from the Holy class. One of the things I really wanted to get was Haste. Haste was one of the most important spells in the game. The problem was we only had it available at level 1, which was trash. Instead, I went to go and look at the electric spells. There's another spell that we desperately need, which is going to be Charge. This will give us speed, attack speed, and spell power. Really powerful spell. Charge we had available at level 2, which was already a little bit good, so I copped that one. I did want to have a few summons available, so I went ahead and I checked the blood spells, where there was one summoning spell that really caught my eye. Raise Dead. This would give me 6 summons that had a little bit of HP and could act as meat shields for me. It was also at a pretty high level for an epic spell, so I was happy with this. And so with our inscription table installed, I finally added my first 2 spells to my spellbook. We now had access to Charge and Raise Undead. This was pretty good. And the first structure I wanted to take on was going to be this Envioker Tower. There were so many different kinds of mobs in here, and some of the mobs I'd never seen before. I managed to quickly kill one of the first Enviokers in this whole series, and it seemed like there was at least 4 or 5 of them. Using my grappling hook, I flung myself up and I landed right on top of the Envioker, and this guy stood absolutely no chance. They might be bosses, but they have very low HP. Probably means they have very high damage, but if I just kill them before they can hurt me, all will be good. That being said, not every fight was going to go as cleanly as the ones before, because when I flung myself upwards to the main tower, that's when things started to get really serious. I started panicking. I was caught in between the walls of this dungeon with a whole bunch of random mobs wailing away at me. Luckily, I managed to snap my grappling hook on top of the side of a wall, and I was able to get out. That didn't mean I was out of the woods yet. I took a beating while I was inside of this place. My armor was taking a beating as well. Even though we had Unbreaking 3, this was really hurting my durability. But slow but steadily, we were actually managing to whittle down the Enviokers and the other mobs around. I had a feeling there was some good loot hiding in here. Even at the main gate, the royal guards wouldn't give me a moment's rest. There were tons on top of tons of dangerous mobs inside of this place. The Enviokers also made their way out into the courtyard, and now we were fighting outside of the building in the entranceway. The real problem arrived when one of them casted a spell that would give me frostbite, and this would severely slow me down and hinder my movement speed. And I thought this could become the end of me, so I tried teleporting back home. Being securely back at home, I could gather my bearings and recharge my spells. One of the things apparently that happens is you get Illage. The plague, but the Illage plague. This means that you get random negative effects applied onto you every couple of minutes. And so, after shutting my eyes and getting some well-deserved rest, I was recharged and ready to go back into the dungeon. And we went absolute ham. Making sure that I Ender Pearl out at the right moment before I would get absolutely gobsmacked, I managed to get my bearings once more, and I teleported back in with an Ender Pearl. Eventually managing to deal the final blow to the sorcerer, which I think was the main boss of this dungeon. So it was on to looting. And this place was hiding pure gold. They had pure gold blocks on top of one of their roofs. They also had a bunch of awakened emeralds on pedestals inside of this dungeon, which was rather a good find. The only thing was that it was guarded by a couple of these really annoying Vexes that deal a high amount of damage. But the loot that was hidden inside of these pillars was immaculate. There was enchanted diamond gear, a couple of things from Goaty, and just some random good resources. Though that being said, I did take a wrong turn inside of one of these rooms and I found another Inquisitor, and things started to get a little bit hectic here. Luckily for me, I was charged up and I was able to bail at just the right time before I would actually die. I left with 2 hearts. And that was the closest I ever want to come to dying. Some of these Vexes deal so much damage. I have like half of my armor is prot 4. You gotta think, these guys, they pack a punch. So with the experience I'd gotten from the dungeon, it was high time that I enchanted another one of my pieces of gear with some unbreaking, some protection, and of course the Enlightenment. Enlightenment is a very important enchantment because it allows you to get more experience per experience. Sounds pretty good. And the haul we got from this dungeon was actually dang awesome. Look at all these resources that we managed to scrounge up. We also got the bigger variants of the enchanted emeralds, or however they're called. During day 22, I spent a fair amount of time just researching all the different kinds of weapons and armor that are in the pack, because I need to make a game plan of what I eventually want to make. One of the things that really caught my eye was this Valentine. This seems like an incredibly strong weapon. It gives you bird wings, it gives you a healing circle and a wall of fire, and it also deals 25.25 attack damage. Pretty good. You also get a bit of extra mana from this weapon, so this is really good. Only problem is you gotta get Apocalypticum, and I have no idea what that is. Eventually, I decided it was time. I wanted to be able to go to the Nether, and one of the things we had to do was locate a Mine Cells portal. In the shop, you have an item for this that costs 1 Chungus Emerald, and it will locate the nearest Mine Cells portal. We have to defeat Conjunctivitis, and then we are allowed to go to the Nether. And so to the Mine Cells portal we went, and I was ready to go ham. First things first, we needed to make our way to the new dimension in the Mine Cells, and that is where we're going to find the special item that allows us to climb up the special vine. Making my way through the dungeon was pretty easily, and eventually we found the Unbreakable Cell Crafter. This is where you can craft all of your Mine Cells weaponry and armory. I don't really think these are really strong in this pack, so I'm gonna skip them for now, and we're going to go straight into the dimension. Within this dimension, we have to find a certain underground structure where we kill a small boss and we receive the item used to make our way up the vine in the main room. And after a little bit of looking around, I found the red flag that indicates where you gotta go down. Now, you just have to right-click this altar and the boss will spawn. This is the elite enemy. That took me a good 2 seconds to kill. Yeah, this thing really doesn't amount to much, in all honesty. But we had now gotten ourselves the Vine Rune. Now, I needed at least one ranged weapon to be able to whittle down the HP of Conjunctivitis, so I had to make a crossbow. This crossbow I enchanted with Quick Charge, which is the best enchantment for crossbow, in my humble opinion. This just allows us to spam arrows like crazy. I also wanted to get some good food, so I went back to the first village I ever found and I started trading with a chef. This was going to be my homeboy. He was hooking us up with some really good nutrition. This was also going to give us a bunch of dietary benefits. Now, fully prepared in the prison quarters, we used the Vine Rune and we climbed straight up. Here we can go to the insufferable crypt where Conjunctivitis is located at. And it was time to take this tentacled monstrosity down. Now, all in all, this boss fight is actually pretty easy. He looks pretty scary, but it's actually really easy. The moment he will start charging at you, he will make a sound effect and show you a red outline of where he's going to go. That's when you dodge him and you can deal a bit of damage and can punish him that way. And eventually you just whack and chop up Conjunctivitis like the sashimi he is, and you get yourself a whole bunch of experience and materials. He drops diamonds, emeralds, gold, boss themselves, sewer calamari. That's why I'm saying he's sushi, but it is great. And now with Conjunctivitis killed, we can finally go to the Nether and unlock a couple of new abilities. These abilities are going to be pretty good. And so with our nether portal already being ready, it was just a matter of hopping in and hopping out. That was the only thing I was gonna do in the nether for now, because most likely the mobs in there can probably one-shot us. Of course, we still needed levels before we could get ability points, so I had the great idea of going to kill the second boss in the prison cells. Making our way to the Black Bridge portal, we found the concierge, that was his name. And this guy actually didn't stand much of a chance either. These bosses are really not that difficult to deal with. Lastly, with a few well-placed strikes after activating my innate ability and whacking away at the concierge, he goes down and we emerge victoriously. I have to say, I am really positively impressed by this torment. This axe is, you know, kinda the go. When I returned to the overworld, I also had a really weird encounter that I didn't think I was gonna have. I ran into a mutant enderman. I just swing my axe around like a madman and everything in front of me dies. Now, sadly for me, he didn't drop his mutant enderman, and it was a little bit confusing because I thought this guy at least would drop something, but he just dropped 0 items. Back over at the base, I made one more holy spell. The holy spell I really wanted was going to be Healing Circle. This will allow me to have a safer area to work with while I'm fighting bosses. Having a little bit of regeneration always goes a long way. With that being said though, I ran into somewhat of an issue while traversing the world, and that issue being a giant reptile called a dragon that I didn't think I would face this early on. He came out of nowhere. I didn't even saw the dragon coming, but I knew I was going to be locked in for a fight, and I just wanted to see if we could get him. The one thing that I didn't notice that really triggered me was that he wasn't dealing that much damage to me, even without fire protection. That led me to believe I could actually take on this dragon. And we actually managed to take down the dragon. This was kind of big, as we now also had access to dragon skills for making armor, which is a little bit more effective than diamond armor. This was a nice little upgrade. I didn't think we would be this strong already in the pack. I also went back to the Mediocre Tower to finish off the last remaining guys in there and see if there was any loot that I had missed. Now, apart from the big tower at the very back of the dungeon, with a couple of chests, I had looted everything. I made a quick little stop at the original village to trade for some arrows because I was running low on ammunition, and I started unlocking some really good abilities. Mainly, there was one ability I really wanted to get that was going to help me in the form of defense. This is called Adaptive Skin. Gives you damage resistance against the damage type that you received recently by 15%, stacking up to 3 times for a total of 45% damage reduction. This includes melee, projectile, fire, magic, and explosive. This is probably, I even consider this, the best skill you can get, especially in a hardcore run. The next day, I also quickly tamed one new amphitheater because we were going to be traveling quite a lot. And I was looking for one specific structure, the Trial Spire. This is a structure from Terramity that has a bunch of the materials that you need in order to start progressing in that specific mod. And lo and behold, after a little bit of flying around and upping my render distance, we found a Trial Spire. This is a 1, really dangerous dungeon, but 2, a very lucrative one at that. Now, when we're a little bit undergeared like this, the safest way to go about this dungeon is just to take out the turrets inside one by one. They spawn on each corner of this structure. After taking those down, there is one main room at the bottom, which has 4 spawners. If you want to be 100% safe, you best take out those spawners before you go to the next floor. I also checked out my leather belt, which had a couple of levels to upgrade it with. This meant that we could upgrade the charm slots from 1 to 2. We now have an additional charm slot to put a totem or a relic into. That being said, from the main floor, I also kept killing all the different turrets that were on the second floor. The second floor consists of a floor that will break down when you step on it, so you best keep jumping. The good thing is there's already 2 chests that we can loot, and just look at all that fat loot. We got lost souls, we got keys, we got iridium, we got a little bit of a dim light nugget there. This is good. We need all of these resources. And the second chest was even better, giving us a scarf that gives us 15% damage reduction. Some of these relics are really good. They're on a league of their own, especially this necklace. Now, moving up to the next floor, this is where things start to get dangerous, as we are going to enter a swimming area that is completely surrounded with electric spikes, electrocuting you in the water when you touch them, damaging you as well as trying to drown you. There are a few barrels scattered around this room that have the same kind of loot as well as fairy dust. Talking about fairy dust, you will see we need so much of this stuff for the armor set that we are eventually going to make. After the spiked room, there is a room with a couple of these dungeon effigies. These are the guys that deal a lot of damage and are pretty tanky, as they have about 60 health each. There's a couple turrets scattered around this room as well. You want to take those out before you start looting the chests. And one of the cool things about this structure, and especially these loot tables, is that there is even netherite scrap inside of these. So you got all the different gems from terramity, fairy dust, and netherite scraps that you can loot up. Sometimes you'll also come across these doors with keyholes. You insert the keys that you get from these dungeon effigies, and there are loot rooms behind them, which is really awesome. I love that dungeon design. Making our way through to the next floor, this is more like a labyrinth slash maze type of floor. It's not really big. You just need to know your way around. They're the same for every trial spire. You just take a right, you go all the way to the right, and then you take a left and you keep going straight. The only thing to be careful for here inside of this room is there is rooms that have dungeon effigy spawners. Once they start stacking up with a few dungeon effigies, that's when it gets really dangerous. Then we enter one of the bigger and better rooms. This is a room with a couple of dungeon effigies and 2 turrets. The good thing about this room, however, is that we have a loot room if we go outside of the trial spire, and 2 loot rooms inside of this room. And yeah, the turrets hurt so much that sometimes you kind of have to strafe the wall and use a little bit of your smarts to go about this. Eventually though, we are able to open the loot rooms and take all the riches home with us. Now, this loot room that you have to use 2 keys for that leads outside is also pretty nice. Because when we make our way around the tower and we grab one of the spire keys, we get access to a room that has a bunch of loot. It has 2 chests as well as a bunch of blocks from the different kinds of gems, as well as gold, diamonds, and emerald. Now, the daemonium block we can't mine yet because we first have to get a netherite pickaxe. All the other blocks we can already mine up. And that's when we get to the really dangerous part of this dungeon. All this red lava you're seeing is called Stygian blood. That Stygian blood will kill you in a matter of seconds. It acts like really high volatile lava, meaning that you take a bunch of damage, as you can see right here. I started panicking like crazy. I thought this was gonna kill me. Now, looking back at this footage, I don't think Stygian blood can actually kill you, but it does take your health down to like half a heart. Now we just have to complete this maze type of looking thing, and at the green lanterns there is barrels with some more loot. And after doing a little bit of dungeon battling while doing some parkour across these platforms, we managed to get to the final floor that has a giant door. You only just need 1 key, so don't worry about that. It just shows more keyholes. With a couple more dungeon effigies, 2 more turrets, and as you can see, this room is loaded with gold and gem blocks. Absolutely loaded. It even has amethyst as well as just hundreds of blocks of gold. It is crazy. We get amethyst, we get topaz, we get all the different gems from terramity. This is like, the payout is huge for this dungeon. If you can, take this dungeon on in the early game, because you will get so many resources just from doing this. Now with my treasure bag completely filled with loot, it was time to make our way back to the base and start dumping everything into our makeshift storage system. Since we now had unlocked netherite, we could actually make a netherite pickaxe, and we can take waystones and find ourselves a new suitable base location where we can have a waystone inside of our base, meaning it's finally time to get started on that storage system. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but it really finally is time. That is also when I opened the quest chapter for terramity, and man, is this thing loaded with quests and explanations, which is always nice because now we at least know what to do. We need to make a set of armor and tools out of every single gem that we found. We also need to make a prismatic jewel and get some netherite. What we are going to do now is, I'm thinking we dive into the nether and we go look for some netherite. Because if you remember, we have the enchantment infuser, but, oh wow, we also need lodestones, jeez. But if we... Oh, we need another star as well. Jeez. Ooh, never mind. Maybe this is not the way yet. Maybe we should invest in a dragon scale set. I mean, it is a possibility. We have dragon scales. We could do that. Wait, a diamond chestplate is stronger. What? Right, we'll go for this. This is a pretty good piece of equipment. Looks a bit ugly, admittedly, but that's fine. Don't know how this is gonna go, but it should prove very interesting. We got him, though. We did get him. Not too shabby. Lord Soul and Withered Demon Heart. Okay, we don't take that much damage, so that's quite nice. We are quite strong. What is this? I have never seen this structure before. The Aberrator. Okay, so far so good. Ooh, that soul totem is ow. Ow, ow. Bloody cultist. Okay. That's a high priest. Okay, I'm a little bit afraid of that. That's not entirely good. We need to get out of here. What is this? Fatal Oath and Bleeding. Dude, that is scary. Crimson Smithing Template upgrade. Oh. Ooh, blood spell power? That's kind of cool. How do we make the Ebony Wizard stuff? With a Wither rune. Oh, what is this? Ebony Raw. It's an ore we find in the Nether. Yo, I might have spotted... Yo, not gonna lie. I might have spotted what I want to make. Crimson Chestplate. Oh, this looks crazy. This looks absolutely bonkers. Also, 12 armor. That is very, very strong. Strength 3, resistance 3. Speed 3 and haste. Dude, Crimson also sounds very crazy. I just don't know how we're gonna deal with the wizard that's there. I think I'm just gonna farm my netherite scrap with this place. I mean, it's not a bad idea. We're actually getting quite a lot of it. Okay, I do kind of really like this ability. It's so crazy. You just go ham. But I do want to see if we can maybe get a little bit more materials from this place or loot it up a little bit. The only thing is that that guy is a little bit of a problem. Oh, he teleports! We got him, we got him, we got him. Oh my god, I thought it would be much more difficult. I gotta change these accessibility settings though, because oh my god. Damage tilt, please turn that down. Yeah, that's way better. So we're in a pretty good spot now to loot up this place, because I think we killed the big bad guy. Gonna become... Oh, never mind, it's not crazy, guys. It's just loot. It's just loot. Look at this. Okay, what do we got here? Ebony ore. Oh my god. Jackpot, baby. Jackpot. Estus Flask. Not sure what we can do with Estus Flasks, but I'll take them with me. Vampiric Necklace. There will be a chance to heal yourself when attacking. Oh my god. Wait, dude, there's bedrock everywhere. What is this? Huh? Am I tripping? This thing is above the bedrock roof. How do we get... Wait, what? Is that above the nether roof as well? Oh my god, why is it all above the nether roof, dude? Few more blocks of gold. Never hurt nobody. Perfect. All right, what are the spoils of war, baby? Rajin helmet. Okay. Ability stone, more gold. Is that a monster energy drink? Wait, no. Overly large cylinder. Maybe I got a problem. Fair enough. Smithing template. Love that. Blazing flask. Rajin leggings. Okay, sure. And that's a fully repaired pickaxe. So we are in the clear right now. What does this overly large cylinder do? Oh! That's a gun, right? Yup. Wait, it's a gun blade. Il n'y a que deux puissants au monde, le sabre et l'esprit. À la longue, le sabre est toujours vaincu par l'esprit. No idea what that says. Here we go. Back into our portal we go. What is this for? Daemonium? Really? Nighttime. Dude, we spent so long in the nether. Oh my goodness. Grab some of the apples. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's a good supply. Now I'm feeling good. Netherite pickaxe. Perfect. I should give myself fortune. We go for vein mining and fortune 3. That's 49 levels. I can get this pickaxe if I don't get efficiency. Fortune 3, vein mining, unbreaking 3. What if I do an unbreaking? Yeah, that sounds good. Yep, perfect. Got to switch and swap around a little bit. That's fine. Your spells steal health from enemies. Whoa. We can put this in our offhand. Wait, what? I cannot use it as an offhand. It's only a main hand. It gives me bleeding. It gives me bleeding. Since we have the netherite pickaxe, we can actually move to a new base location. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Now, when we were going to move to a new base location, we were also going to set up a storage system. For that, we needed a bunch of ender pearls. So I went to a warped forest, but I didn't find any. I also tried looking around the beaches in the overworld, but no endermen were spawning. I traded a cleric up to a master and still didn't get any ender pearls. So as a last resort, I made my way to a crawl dungeon, and that's where I finally found a few ender pearls. And so I crafted up a storage terminal, which we still had to turn into a crafting terminal, and with a connector as well, we were all set up to go to a new base location. Now we just needed to find the best place to set up a base. And I went back to the trusted giant birch tree that I thought looked perfect for a giant base. I cleared out some of the rubble on the base floor to have a little bit of a platform to work with. I extended the staircase up to the second floor inside of the treehouse, and I went ahead and I started from the ground up and built a giant tower of chests that were going to act as my storage system. Eventually, the tower reached all the way to the top, and we were almost in business of having a giant storage system that we could use probably for the rest of the pack, if I'm being honest. And so with the inventory connector and the storage crafter available, we were now in business. Giant storage obtained. This is probably one of the most stress-free moments you'll have in any pack is when you get that storage system set up, because you can just dump everything into it. Now I just had to move back and forth between my waystones to actually dump all the stuff, which also almost took a full day. But that kind of prompted me to also start upgrading my backpack so we'd have a lot more storage. And I managed to even upgrade it all the way up to a netherite tier backpack. Now, of course, I had to reinstall all of my workbenches like my inscription table, my spell forge, an anvil, a smithing table, you know, all the good stuff. But with that done, it was time to get into some fun stuff. I was making some of the boss items from Meet Your Fight. and we were going to run all of them and make some nice little artifacts. But before I did that, I needed to get one thing out of the way, which was the thing that I looked against the most, and that's create. I really didn't want to deal with create in this pack, but it was needed for the structure compass, which is an incredibly valuable item that will skyrocket your progression no matter what stage of the game you're in. And yeah, because we need brass sheets, we're gonna need to get a blaze burner. And we're gonna need to mix copper and zinc together. Ugh. Thought there was another way to make brass. Seems like it's not. Now, while I was inside of a mine looking for zinc and copper, I actually managed to find something that will become really important later on. We found the heart of the golem. Now, this spellstone in itself is actually pretty strong, especially in the early game. But what's even stronger is what you can make with this guy. You'll see that later in the pack. While down in the mines, I also accidentally ran into a tier 5 dragon, and I thought, what better way to test my prowess right now than to take on one of these big bad boys. After fighting with the dragon, I managed to find a really weird underground deep slate structure. And this structure was full of dim light. There was so much crazy loot, as well as some ammunition. And this really piqued my interest. Because when I returned home, I looked up some of these recipes. And I figured out something pretty interesting. These rounds of ammunition are used with a gun. And what's even more interesting is that I could already make some of the parts of this gun. And that got the ball rolling. Because we found so many dim light nuggets that we could actually make this. Now, since this was terramity and tier 1 was actually dim light, I decided that it was high time that we got into everything from terramity. Because to be fair, when you're holding an anti-material rifle, you kind of feel really badass. And what's even cooler is that this thing shoots echo rounds. It just does a sonically charged shriek. That deals 22 damage already. That's pretty gnarly. That's like 3 melee hits right now. So with all that done, I decided to take on the bosses from Meet Your Fight. Now, to be fair, these guys were really, really easy. They're early game bosses, but what's going to be good is that the materials that they drop can be crafted into awesome relics. Especially the Swamp Jaw has a specific relic that's really good for hardcore, and we're about to figure out why. The only boss that's a little bit more difficult would be the Dame Fortuna, especially because they have a really interesting mechanic. After losing a certain amount of HP, they will summon 2 cards and you need to pick the right card. They will shuffle these cards around, and as you can already tell probably, I didn't realize that at this point. After picking the right card, you have a window of opportunity to punish the Dame Fortuna and kill them. And at the end, they will give you one more try for the cards. Now all I have to do is just look at where the card is going and select it after they present themselves. And after you pick the right card, you can end them. There you go. Easy as cake. Totally didn't take me a full day to complete this boss fight. Yeah, let's just skip that part. And this is where the Swamp Jaw relic comes into play. It's called the Caged Heart. The Caged Heart is a relic that will allow you to negate damage. We're talking about any damage that exceeds 25% of our max health will get reduced by 50%. So this can guarantee that you, well, not guarantee, but it will make it so that one-shots happen less often. And so it was on to some less exciting stuff, which was figuring out the create system so we have a running conveyor belt that can make us the precision mechanisms. First we had to hammer some plates. Then we quickly dipped into the nether to grab 1 blaze so we could make a blaze burner. Then we could mash copper and zinc together with a active blaze burner, which would allow us to make brass, and that's what we need to actually make the applicators. Or deployers. I think it's called the deployer, actually. Then we just gotta sandpaper some rose quartz, which is quartz and redstone. We go ahead and we set up a conveyor belt using the mechanical belt, where we can add chests and andesite funnels to make this an automated system. And last but not least, we add our deployers, which will hold our cogwheels and our iron nuggets so we can make precision mechanisms using golden plates. And we were in business creating precision mechanisms for the sole purpose of making an explorer's compass and a nature compass. Nature compass. Recipe too large to craft. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, we have to go to the Aether for this stuff. Really? Ambrosium, Gravitite, Viridium. That's all Aether. Deep Aether. Whoa, what? Sky Jade. The prismatic jewel I can make. That's no problem. So I have everything. I can make a compass. We gotta go to the Aether. You know what? I'm actually not gonna lie. I kind of like this design. This is looking pretty awesome. Yeah, check this out. This looks really cool. It's just a little bit too fat on that side. But we got an Aether portal. That is the next order of business. Ambrosium was the first of the gems that I found, and this was really easy. This thing was also really, really common. I think this is the overworld equivalent of coal, if you had to compare it to something. And I spotted with my spyglass one of the other gems that I needed. This one being Zanite. With Zanite and Ambrosium obtained, I think I only had 2 more to go. Which was a lie. I need Gravitite, Viridium, Jade, and Ambrosium. I actually didn't need a Zanite. And while trying to Spider-Man parkour my way through this dimension with my grappling hook, I actually ended up failing. And I thought I was dead. But apparently when you fall in the Aether, you go back to the overworld. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of lucky that works like that. Now, after looking for quite a while, I actually managed to spot some Gravitite. And this was exactly where I didn't want it to be. On the side and the bottom of one of the random floating islands in the middle of nowhere. So after a little bit more Spider-Man-like parkour, I managed to get to the bottom side of this island and I managed to find myself the Gravitite. And so with Gravitite obtained, I think I had everything needed to make ourselves the nature compass. So with a nature compass crafted, we had to go on and we had to make the explorer's compass. Now this is where a funny part comes in, where we gotta visit a couple of biomes to gather a couple of different leaves that are required to make the structure compass. But hey, a little adventuring never held me back from achieving what I want to achieve. We're looking for some kind of marshlands, or at least a mangrove, because if I remember right, yeah, mangrove leaves. Spruce we have, dark oak we still have to get. We also have to get some dead bushes. I don't have any deserts close by. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep looking for that. Check these trees out. Jacaranda. Jacaranda? Mystical lime flower, blue enchanted logs. Oh, wooded badlands. Here we go. We can probably find some dried shrubs in here. Oh, what is this? Imbued. Yeah, dead bushes. Hop, hop. All right, we have acquired... What is this random boss music? Hanging tree. What is this? This is where we can fight Gob. Golden gnome statue. Nice. All right, let's grab some of these. Mangrove leaves. Well, I'm seeing a whole bunch of moss. What in the world? I just did a quick Google. Apparently my vanilla knowledge is lacking a little bit. So we have the flowering azalea here. Check this out. Just gonna make a little bit of bone meal real quick. We take some bone meal and we grow a tree. There we go. That's it. No, wait, what? It's dark oak logs, but it's blackwood leaves. Oh, dark oak leaves. Sweet. That's it. We're done. Got it. Ooh. Explorer's compass, baby. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. Oh, I love that. Oh, wow. 4 Chungus emeralds. Oh, dude, that's part 1 completed. Oh, except for the pan. Who cares? Let me look up what kind of structures we're actually looking for, and let's lock in on that. I'm ready to make some crimson gear. Quick little status update. I had to jump into Creative World to do a whole bunch of research to actually figure out what kind of structures we want to find. One of them is called the Cathedral from Dungeons & Combat. The other one is called the Church from Dungeons & Combat. These are the 2 places where we are going to find everything for Crimson, including the smithing template. Because apparently it drops from the High Priest. We just didn't get lucky enough the last time. Unless I am being an idiot. No, we didn't get lucky last time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid those. I definitely want to get a haste spell because we're gonna kind of need that. What is the other thing that I was thinking about? Oh yeah, we also have to find Sun Leia, which I think for the Holy Blood, the Pantheon of Sun Leia, 4,000 blocks away. That's actually not that bad. It is in a direction that we haven't explored yet, so there is that. What are we thinking about? We are thinking about, oh my god, getting out of here because that is way too many mobs. What I am thinking about is a structure from Iron Spells where we're gonna fight an undead king, and it is called, I think it was called the Catacombs. Yeah, there it is. 2,000 blocks. 2,000 blocks to the north. Got it. Here we go. Are we ready? I think we are. I got my little legion here. They're definitely gonna try and do some damage to this guy. Not sure how that's gonna go, but we'll see how they fare. Because they probably won't fare pretty well. All right, my zombies can take over. I'm going to charge up a big attack here. Oh, yeah, that did some good damage. Just gonna regain my stamina here real quick. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Did we end up getting any legendary ink? We sure did. We got one. That is more than enough. Right, so we can get bird wings, but it's only a 10-second effect. Haste is only level 3. That is a little bit sad. I am going to go for haste, though. So now, check this out. Thunderstorm haste. This is without being buffed up. That is crazy. I wish I could choose the levels. That would have been nice. All right. And we have the fire dash now. Okay, so we're pretty much set for all of our skills. Ooh, that's a very good dash. That's very violent. All right, we're just going to go to the Pantheon of Sun Leia then. Now, there is two things that I want from Sun Leia. There's the Celestial Blood, and she also has an item, which I think is called the Hand of Sun Leia. Yes, it certainly is. Attacking will give you haste 2. Combine that with the hasten buff and thunderstorm charge, and we've got some pretty crazy stuff going. What kind of voodoo you guys do? Oh, you actually really are doing voodoo. What in the world? Look at these guys. Oh, they're summoning stuff. What is that? I'm dipping. Oh, there it is, dude. That's the Pantheon of Sun Leia. Do we need an item to activate her? I forgot. Oh, no. Do we just activate this? We actually do. Okay, okay. Did not expect that to happen. Whoa, you were quick with it. Oh, she's strong, dude. Myself a healing zone. Here we go. That was a good hit. Oh, she deals a lot of damage. How much health does she have? 1,000. I even have adaptive skin going on, so it's not like I don't have any damage negation. I actually have quite a lot. Oh my god, that's a death trap. That is a death sentence. She corners you like that. That is a certified death sentence. Let me get myself buffed up. Ooh, ooh, that does a lot of damage. My goodness. She does not mess around. I can tell you that much. Oh, my helmet's gone as well. That's why she's doing so much damage. Oh my god. I mean, we're doing good damage though. If I can just keep my healing up, then we'll be good. Ray's dead is on cooldown. Lies. Lies. Scary. She doesn't seem to be too good with heights. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Woo. Am I missing my pants? I'm missing my pants, dude. She's gonna take out all my armor. This is crazy work. Raise undead, raise undead. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I out heal you. Nice. There we go. There we go. I out heal you, baby. It's fine. I know I'm better. Ooh, she actually gave us a lot of loot. Oh my god. Right. We have the desert here. Ooh, she gives us sunrise as well. It will make it daytime instantly. Wait, is that real? Probably gotta stack it up, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like my torment. It's just good. Celestial manuscript. Whoa. We need these to make raw crimson or to make celestial molds. Oh, enhanced priest robe. Is this another upgradable item? No, it is not. But it is also a pretty good set. That being said, I'm going to use it for the raw crimson. Day 46, we just beat a boss. We got everything on lock. We know what to do. We got a game plan. No dragons are chasing us. We got a beautiful village right here. We're going to get some mending. We're going to get some cleric trades. All is going to be nice. Let me tell you that. Just go ahead and make a chest plate. Go ahead and make a helmet. And some light. I mean, it's something. It's not the best, but it's something. Together, we will achieve greatness. Oh, you gave me regeneration. How kind of you. What a G. What a G. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of low on health, actually. You guys are my Gs, but I'm gonna need an Ender Pearl trade soon. Yes! That's my boy. That's my boy. That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't want to reset his trades. What do we do? An Enderman gateway? We'd probably do that. Let's actually see how expensive that is to make. It would be this one. I mean, that's not too bad. We've got everything except for this, which we can make real quick. There we go. 5 waves. Key rewards 100 Enderman loot rolls. Huge. That fixes a big problem for me. Get wrecked. Oh my god. The amount of ender pearls is just insane. Well, I think we'll be set for a little while. Look at this. Oh my goodness. We might have to dip back into the nether real quick to get some more blaze powder. Because we're going to be combining these with ender pearls to get eyes of ender. And then we're going to go to stronghold. That being said... No, I also want to make some waystones. We definitely have to go to the nether. Yeah, we're going to do that. And so while making my way to the stronghold, I actually found an interesting looking structure that I'd never seen before in any other pack that I have played. And that, of course, piqued my interest. What is this? Multiple signs here with keep out? Oh, this is getting freaky. I guess this is a boss fight? Yeah, that looks like a boss fight. Oh. I guess? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's got 800 health. Okay, so this is a real boss. Okay. You are so much easier than Sunleia. My God, how much easier was this than Sunleia? This is disgusting. We did get a floral bag. Sweet, sweet victory. Ooh. Mantim Blossom appeared? Oh, I didn't kill it in time. What is going on? Whoa. What? We just get a nether star? Whoa. Hold up. We got a really cool looking scythe that has a block. That's kind of cool. We got a nether star and a helmet. What am I going to use this nether star for, you might ask? Well, we are going to upgrade our infusion table. We're going to do that even before we go to the end because we just got 36 levels as well. Oh, wow. This is bedrock. What? We do have some experience for the spore sack, which means we got decomposition. This is something new. Each spore can split up into several smaller spores within a given range when it explodes. Ooh. Nice. Poison release. There's also level 15 of the relic we can unlock. That could probably also be pretty good. Is this the stronghold? It is. Well, this is a little bit awkward. Let me actually check out what we can make with the elytra. Whoa! That's pretty crazy. Reverium Paladin chestplate. Reverium. Oh, this is super expensive. What is this thing? A Gatling gun? Massively increased attack speed. Dude, this sounds crazy. Is that the only spawner? I guess it is. 2 eyes already inside. Sweet. Not bad. Yo. Get out of here, buddy. How did I lose all of my experience? I promise you I didn't die. I have no idea how I lost all my XP. I think after the crash. End portal. Let me go home real quick. This is strange. The XP loss is a little concerning. Because I was going to upgrade this little sucker. Hold up. Gotta deal with a bug in my base. Because I was going to take this guy. And the plan was to upgrade him since we now had a nether star. Advanced Enchanting Infuser. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Check that out. I can just upgrade my sharpness like that. Dude, that is huge. Oh, enchanting power is too weak. Hold up. You actually got to give this thing bookshelves. I did not realize that. Frost Silver Stagger, Telekinesis, Unbreaking, Leech. Regular Mending is not in here. That is a little disgusting. All right, first things first, we are going to need to do a couple of things. We need to make sure that we have everything equipped in order to save ourselves if things go horribly south when we enter the end, because I don't have a good relationship with the end. This is what I mean with I don't have a good relationship with the end. Did you see where it spawned me? All right. That is a very high tower. We can fix that. Boop. Boom. Woo. Got it. That is all of them. Now come here. Perch. There we go. Boom. That's better. Give me that. Give me that dragon skin, baby. And all that other stuff. Ooh. That is a juicy amount of levels. Juicy. I definitely cannot resist exploring the unknown. I did get a button, so I can probably just go ahead. Bop, bop, bop. Thank you. Sweet. All right, here we go. Boom. Remote gateway, baby. Oh, I really would have liked being able to cross this, but this is dangerous. I feel like this is really dangerous. One of the things I'll do is I'll take off my spellstone, actually. Because if I do end up taking void damage, the warp stone's not going to work. Potion of recall. It's an Eye of Ender into an awkward potion, dude. I'm gonna brew myself a couple of those. All right, we have some recall potions. I do want to give this a shot. So what happens when I do this? Oh, that teleports me straight to here. Well, okay. I mean, that's pretty good. So we have a safe void to get back if we end up in the void. There's so much onyx ore here. And so many destroyable blocks by just walking. That's a little bit scary. Wait, but that's not the end chip from the end cities. That's a different kind of end chip. What? Do I have any blocks? No, I don't. I need to gather up some. Ooh, that's not going to be enough, I think. It is. It is enough. Haha! Score! What do we got going on in here? Forest fruit and amethyst? Is that a villager? That's a villager. An end trader. I have a bunch of ender pearls. I can actually do a few trades in here. Ooh. What are you all selling me? Shulker armor. Interesting. Chorus flowers for emeralds. Shulker legging armor. This is pretty cool, dude. He has a barrel with instant health. There's a dragon head, though. What do we use that for? Can you use that to make some of these guys? Dragon staff. Really? What is the special? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, but we need dragon's breath. I don't have dragon's breath. Ah. I should probably make this backpack. Which means that we have to fight the Ender Dragon again. Dragon Breath Bow. Whoa. Just give me the loot, baby. Oh, yeah. That's the loot I'm talking about. Mortal Fly. Nothing too crazy. Oh, dude, I'm so absorbed in the end right now. I don't even mind not immediately finding what I'm here to look for, which is the elytra. I'm just having a blast just checking all these different structures out because I've never seen these. These are all new to me. Like, look at this. It's some kind of ruined whatever. Well, I see an NCD here, but I don't see an NCD ship, which is the problem. We're going back to base for a second. I know we traveled 3,000 blocks, but it's fine. It's fine. The reason why I want to go back to base is we have 69 levels, right? So I want to get a clean set of gear that's upgraded. We're just getting a base set that works. And that's gonna break less. That's also what I'm thinking. Achievement Scholar. Acquire Enlightenment 2 on all pieces. I didn't have that before, really. Right, okay, time to up the render distance. 67 is the max. I wanted 69. That's fine, though. All right, let's just let this load in, and we'll see where we can find an entity. Yeah, this one doesn't have a ship. See, I knew it. I knew that one didn't have a ship. During my travels for an elytra, I managed to find some kind of end shrine. Now, I wasn't sure what this was, as this was a structure that I'd never seen before. And very surprisingly, there was a random, weird-looking eye inside of an end portal frame. Eye of the Guardian. With this treasure I summon, I would expect Mahoraga, but who knows? I guess we'll figure that out later. And luck turned as I found an end city with a ship. So the elytra was finally in sight, and we could actually start getting around the world a lot easier. I already had the Burning Dash spell from Iron Spells, so we were going to have infinite elytra flight. Quickly swooping into the hull of the ship, I managed to get that elytra. Luckily, it's the same as in vanilla Minecraft. Now, of course, I immediately got out of the end because we were going to enchant this elytra with soul mending and unbreaking. The reason I chose soul mending is because I don't have a dedicated mending villager right now, and soul mending was just going to be that nice little in-between solution for now. And I also finally got myself an oak skin spell. This was going to give us 45% damage reduction. It gives us minus 20% speed, but that damage reduction is 100% worth it because that will just allow us to survive bigger hits. Oh, we could probably just get into the throne room or this room. Do I have any waystones on me? No, I don't. But I think I still have some keys left. Hold up. When I look up key, yeah, look at this spire key. Sweet. All right, check this out. Since we have this spire key, we can open this and get immediately access into this room. We do have a couple of mobs here, though, which we'll need to go ahead and take care of. All right, there we go. We're good. Right, let's go ahead and loot up all of this. We also got another key, which we're probably going to end up using. Oh, that's right. There's netherite scrap here. Aha. Very nice. So much gold as well. Can almost not believe how much gold is in here. And the random resources are also good. Diamond block. Like, that's all sweet. That's really sweet. Venture to the fountain at the base of the spire. That's right. There is an extra floor to this dungeon. I'm actually gonna go and check that out. It should be at the base of the dungeon. Does that mean in here? Yes, it does mean in here. What does that do? Is this safe? I don't even know if this is safe. Let's go do it. Oh, the red things are here. Oh, that's bad. I don't have blocks. Ooh, wait, what? We gotta activate this? Oh, Guardian's padlock. Dude, we need some blocks to do this. It might be time. Ooh, this guy looks scary. Jesus. How much health does this thing have? 2005. Oh my god. He breaks blocks. No. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of there. Nope. 2,500 health. We can't do that. And he breaks blocks. Chthonic dungeon in the nether. What are you going to be? Oh, almost had it. Oh, we got it. We're up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, that was pretty easy. Dude, what is all this? Okay, first structure on the nether roof. Let's go. What are you? Oh. You are the way to the nether roof. Oh. We didn't even need to glitch it in. I guess I'm just an idiot. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Oh, man. Oh, we're gonna have a blast here. Oh my god. That's bad. That's bad. This is bad. I kind of want to go outside. Can I just go outside? I can go outside. Oh, what is going on? Woo. Oh my god. I am kind of down for the ride though. Withered Demon. Is that the boss? Nether Roof is kind of wild. I can only imagine what this place is going to be then. If that doesn't look menacing, I don't know what does, but this is nuts. Oh, it's the Stygian blood again. Wait, yeah, we actually have to offer up something to spawn a boss. It's not like we can just loot anything in here. What? Dude, this is crazy. There is a cathedral about 3,000 blocks this way. Let's go to the cathedral, because I still want to get myself a crimson set. And I just have to get the smithing tablet and a bunch of ebony. Ooh, nice. Ebony, ritual bones. We need that. Where is this high priest? Here we go. Well, we are bleeding. Can't cast any crazy spells. That's a little bit of a bummer. Cathedral kind of empty, if you know what I mean. Where did this guy go? Because he's the one that drops the smithing tablets. Smithing templates. There's two giant structures that spawn within each other. Because this is not... This is something entirely different. I don't get it. I don't know what this is. All right, let's kill this high priest and let's get that smithing template. He vanished again. Or did I kill him? Nah, there's no way I killed him. Blood orb. Oh, we killed him. I don't even know how. The guy had 600 HP. What? We got the smithing temple though. I mean, I'll take it. If I did something that insta-evaporated him, sure. I'll take it. Why not? I'm looking for mostly ebony, though. Ebony would be a nice little find here. Some more ebony. There we go. What is a chalice used for? Dark purposes. Get a chalice. Okay, hold up. Since we now have the smithing template, let's go back to our nether portal. Let's make a quick pit stop at home. Let's take inventory, how much ebony we actually need. So there's a couple things we're going to need. We're going to need crimson ingots. That's one thing, which means we need this. That's 3 ebony a pop, though. That's very expensive. I can only make 2 right now, since I just don't have any ebony. We can make duplicates of these, so that's good. I need 5, right? Weapon? I'll just get 1 extra. Let's go ahead and check what we actually... Because all of these require ebony as the base set, which is just ebony ingots. 1 raw ebony creates 4 ebony ingots, so 1 to 1. Ebony ore generates from Y0 to Y8, preferably in Y6, in veins of about 3. Okay, Y6 we gotta go to. Might just be a really rare ore. Oh, ebony ore. Ebony. Man, this is going to take a long time because we need 1 per piece of the set. Yeah. So we're going to need 24 ebony at least. And then we're going to need another 6. So we need 30 ebony. Oh, and then I need for the weapon as well. So 30 ebony, 33 ebony. 33 ebony is what we're gonna need. Okay. Iridium? Hello? I guess I need a pickaxe. Oh, God. Really? I can't mine it with a netherite pickaxe. Ew. at all. Oh! My God. Like clockwork. Like clockwork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't make any jokes about those numbers. Stop it. Close. Oh! Oh my God. I'm going to have to contain my excitement. This is nuts. We are officially pretty much halfway to our required ebony. It's biome specific. It's biome specific. I knew it. I just like a little bit extra. One more vein. One more vein. There we go. Right. So, status update. 9 netherite scrap, 47 enigmatic dye, and 44 raw ebony. We also did find a few iridium, so I do kind of want to get that sorted out. But for that, we need to make a pickaxe from terramity, a tier 1 pickaxe. Right, okay, let's take our inventory to the next level. We are going to store that away. That is our mining gear, our magical mining gear, mind you. Right, so 44 raw ebony. What we need to do now is we need to find the fractured souls. The thing is, I only have 4 holy blood, so I can't make the weapon yet, or celestial blood. So we're gonna have to find another one of one of these Sun Leias, I guess. We have enough raw crimson now to make the armor set, so that's at least something. Yeah, fractured souls is just what I need to make the blood set now. Blazing Fortress is where we can find fractured souls. That's gonna be in the Nether. This is a blazing fortress. Well, this is definitely something totally new. Now, I wonder whether it's just going to be loot that's inside of here, or it's actually going to drop from some kind of mob. What in the world are those? Oh my God. That's a Pyro Knight. Okay. Well, he definitely didn't stand a chance. We got armor plates from that. And there's probably going to be a bunch of loot in here. Igneous metal? Magma walkers? Okay. Now, the one thing about this blazing fortress is on the wiki it states that we can find fractured souls in here. But to be honest, after looting it fully, that didn't seem to be the case. So we got to move on to plan B, which are soul sand valleys. But before that, I had a little run-in with a hell dog called Cerberus. After dispatching of this poor little doggy, now onto the main order of business. In the Soul Sand Valleys, you can find these dark black Vex looking like mobs. Or, well, actually, they look more like a dark ally. The thing about these guys is they actually drop the fractured souls. Not affected by looting, but they are, I think, a 50% chance guaranteed to drop it. So we just had to kill a bunch of these little critters. Now, with all the fractured souls in our possession, we could finally craft the ebony ingots. I quickly crafted up a full set of ebony gear that we were going to turn into crimson. Now, in the end, I did opt for the melee set of the crimson gear. One, because it just looks 20 times cooler, and secondly, because I wasn't really focusing on spell power as much as melee damage. And man, when I put this set on, after of course giving it a full enchant, I was looking like a baller. Dude, this looked insane. I felt like a main character. Yo, I know it's like a main character syndrome type of joke on the internet, but dude, like just look at this. The Torment, the full crimson set, bro. We are looking awesome. Now, I still had to get one other celestial blood because we wanted to make the sword that goes with this set. where we get bleeding and inflict bleeding, so we get all the nice bonuses that this armor gives. Meaning we'd have to find one more Pantheon of Sunleia. Now, it didn't take me long to find the Pantheon of Sunleia. The only problem was that I found the same one that I'd found before. And activating the same one, you have to use some kind of weird beetle-like item that I had no idea how to craft. So I did the next best thing and I looked for a new one, which kind of took a whole day to find it. But normally this fight was supposed to go a lot easier than the previous one, since we were a lot stronger now. To be fair though, I think this fight really looks like straight out of an anime. The combat system in Beyond Ascension is really nice. I think it's Epic Fight. I really like Epic Fight. And just like that, Sunleia was vanquished and the Celestial Blood had been acquired. So back over at the base, I melted down one more Crimson Ingot and we were going to make ourselves a nice looking sword. This was the Crimson Longsword. Of course, you already know your boy gave it a full rundown of all the enchantments I could do with the current levels. And the sword also looked really cool. It had a block, we had a nice little new moveset. The only weird thing was that the special ability wasn't really that crazy, or at least in my mind it wasn't that crazy. And we were gonna see how this weapon would fare in real combat. Now, seeing as I wanted to get a couple more legendary inks, we headed for a new catacombs, which would serve as a perfect testing grounds for this new weapon. Now, of course, your boy didn't note down the location of the structures that he'd already defeated, so there was no king inside of these catacombs. Nice, ElAbro. Really locking in today, huh? That being said, now that we had a good armor set that I didn't want to break, I started rolling and re-rolling for a mending book. It was going to be kind of necessary. Now, with mending on all of the pieces of my armor, I can rest assured that we aren't going to lose it, because the durability on this Crimson armor is also rather nice. And finally, I looked for a new catacombs. It was high time we actually got this done and dusted out of the way. Now, one of the things I didn't notice using this new weapon is that it had way lower reach, and the mobs were actually staggering me a lot more and even knocking me down. Just a few regular zombies were already a little bit of trouble, which was concerning, to say the least. And all my problems got solved when I swapped back to my Torment, and I absolutely decimated all of these guys. Especially when I activated the special ability, everything just dies in front of me. So I think for now, maybe we might just stick to the Torment, as this thing is incredibly awesome. And yeah, the Undead King stood absolutely no chance. It's just GG. Even with that oak skin, because we got oak skin at level 7, yeah, nobody's really touching me right now. Now, since we actually had blood spell power, as the armor gives a slight blood spell power buff, I did want to look into some of the blood spell power spells. And some of them are really niche, where you actually like sacrifice your summons, make them explode, spew blood needles everywhere and things like that, which is kind of cool. But there was one spell that really caught my eye, and that was something called Summon Weakness. Weakness was that mob that we found in the Crimson Dungeons, and this gives 6 summons that have 33 HP each. That sounded pretty strong. It was also level 6, which was relatively high level for a legendary spell. So I just copped myself the Summon Weakness, and I replaced that with my Raised Dead, because that was really low. And it was high time we got started on Terramity. The first thing we had to do was use a gnome hat on the golden gnome statue and summon Gob. I honestly thought we could just take the golden gnome statue, put it in our backyard, use the red gnome hat, and just summon Gob. That's not the case. You actually got to go and find his structure which is the Palace of Gnomes. And you gotta summon him there. And a fight began. This was going to be a legendary battle between Gob and ElAbro. And look at these weaknesses, dude. They're just shaking with excitement to kill this thing. Wildly swinging my axe around actually made this King of Gnomes just get completely evaporated. This was pretty good. I think I found my weapon for the rest of the pack. Not gonna lie. Until we get to like end game weaponry. He also dropped a smithing template and a bunch of random gems, as well as a sky splitter sword, which could be really cool. And since we got the smithing template for dim light, it was high time we were going to upgrade our netherite pickaxe to a dim light pickaxe. This would allow us to also mine iridium, as well as daemonium, brim slag, and decayed black matter ore. Yeah, I know, that sounds kind of crazy, right? Before we were going to get to the decayed black matter ore, the first things we had to do was make an armor set out of all the different kinds of gems from terramity, which are like the tier 0 items. Like your topaz, your ruby, your sapphire, your onyx. After that, you just make a pickaxe from every single respective gem as well, and then we are completed with the first set of quests. Then we get into the good stuff. First, we make a prismatic jewel. We unlock the netherite tier, which I already had unlocked, but I just didn't do the gem quest yet. And then I learned that we actually had to kill another boss, which was called the Super Sniffer. It's the second boss in Terramity's progression. This guy ain't no joke. He's summoned by causing a lightning strike near a sniffer young or an adult, transforming the sniffer into a boss. I did not know what I was gonna start. Let me tell you that. So I took a moss block, because that helps the sniffer get born quicker. I think it halves the time. And I started looking around in all of JEI to find niche items that I'd want to use. And I also used this time to figure out a couple of quests. I actually found something really interesting. There is a ring that gives you 25% damage dealt. It's a Band of Power Plus. And these are all Terramity relics. And what are we doing right now? We're doing Terramity, baby. And finally, my sniffer had grown up. And we could lightning strike him to make him into the Super Sniffer. A monster unchained. Lock in. Now this first phase seemed to be going rather well. We were doing good damage, we were really dodging that beam, although it still did a lot of damage, but everything seemed to be going quite well. And of course, without my knowledge, when I killed him, he got a second phase. Yeah. Now this is where things got a little dicey. But when all is said and done, the super sniffer was no more, and we emerged victoriously. This guy was dude, this is a chat of a boss. It's a very strong boss. I'm pretty sure that without the adaptive skin skill, I think we'd be dead 100%, right? With that being said, we had acquired 2 out of the 3 smithing templates that we need. There was 1 smithing template remaining, and we can actually get it from Gob, which seemed like a safer option instead of fighting another super sniffer. So that's exactly what I went to do, and I went to greet Gob again. And this guy really doesn't have a good time fighting me. Maybe I'm just built different against this guy, but the difference between Gob and super sniffer, man, there is a world of a difference between these two. Now, with all 3 smithing templates in our possession, we actually need to work on the base materials to make some gear from all of these different tiers. And this is where the terramity grind really kicks in. We're going to need Gaianite, which can be found in the lush caves. We're going to need dim light, which can be found in the lowest areas of the overworld. And we're going to need stellar remnants, cosmic scraps. They can be found in the lower section of End Islands. And we're going to have to get creative for that one. And getting creative, I did. Because I actually made a relic that when you're sneaking, you gain levitation. I'll show you exactly what we're going to do with that. This will allow us to elytra fly underneath the sky islands using our burning dash as an infinite firework, and when we spot some of this cosmic scrap, we just shift and levitate all the way up to it, where we can mine it safely and collect it before it falls in the void. Smart, right? Dude, this is genius. I love this idea. And so I spent a really long time actually just vibing, listening to some lo-fi music, and just gathering up all the materials that we needed. We also occasionally found ourselves a little bit of iridium, which was nice because we are going to need literal stacks of this stuff. With the end out of the way, the next on the list was the Gaian ore, or Gaialaya ore. Dude, I swear that's the most difficult one to pronounce. Anyway, we can find this in the lush caves. Now, one of the things I didn't realize is it blends in really well with the lush caves. So well, in fact, that it's really hard to spot where this ore actually is. The easiest I found it was if you find a lush caves in a deep slate layer, because then the ore really stands out against the deep slate. We already had collected some dim light, so with 1 of every single ingot of this tier 1, we moved on to the next quest, which was going to be in Terramity 2. We're gonna need tier 1.5, iridium and more iridium. And in order to get ourselves prepared for the next tier, which is going to be tier 2, we actually need a base iridium pickaxe. And that's when I got some rather unfortunate news. We actually need to defeat the Trial Guardian in the Trial Spire at the bottom, if you remember that scary guy with 2,500 health. And that's when we get ourselves a staff that can decay bedrock, and we can move on to the next tier. So we got a pretty big fight ahead of us. Now, one of the things I didn't realize until I looked back at the footage, what happened was when you go too far away from the Trial Guardian, he will lose his adjusted properties. So this guy had 2,500 health when I spawned him. He only has 900 now, and I think he deals less damage. So yeah, this version of the Trial Guardian was absolutely not difficult at all, and we dispatched of him quickly. The cool thing is this guy actually drops smithing templates as well as a couple of really cool artifacts and a bunch of base gems and materials from Terramity. Now, of course, you know I had to summon him again because I kind of want to fight this guy in full swing when he has his full HP and his full damage. And this is where the real battle started. And as you might be able to tell, this is a little bit more difficult than the previous version of him. Now, sadly, when I went back into the dungeon, of course, his HP did reset. He lost his property, so it's not as difficult of a fight as it was before. But honestly, I don't know what I can change in order to prevent this from happening, because I'm not just going to stay and die. You know, I'm going to teleport back to my base. With the smithing templates obtained, I started looking into the quests that we actually had to complete in order to put these new templates to use. And one of them is the Black Matter. This is an ore that spawns on top of the nether roof that we have to decay using the Guardian Staff. Which means, to the nether we go, in order to find ourselves a really illusionary ore. Now, by pure coincidence, I actually managed to find a bit of brim slag, which I wasn't expecting to find that easily. Usually they spawn in basalt deltas, but they can spawn anywhere where there is blackstone. And this was a fat vein. And since we had fortune, we were actually getting quite a bit of chthonic crystals. Now, on top of the nether roof, I started to decay some bedrock, which we were going to turn into a material that we can actually use for some crafts. All that was left after decaying this bedrock was to find the actual bedrock ore. Now, walking around aimlessly trying to look at the nether roof is probably the worst idea when you're looking at an ore that looks like bedrock. It is just impossible to see, but we have a really nifty solution for this. When you set your map to only show the nether roof, you can actually see colorations of small little dark specks. These are the ore. You can X-ray the ore on your map. It's genius. This is genius. Also, considering the fact that we can fly with our elytra freely on the nether roof, this makes gathering up this ore an absolute breeze. I love this ore. It is so easy to get. I love this. Weirdly enough, the occasional piglin in full dragon bone gear with a dragon bone sword spawns, which is a little bit wild. But besides that, I think this ore is probably so far my favorite. And I gathered up quite a bit of it. With the black matter now in our possession, we had to work on 3 different types of ingots for tier 2. Of each, we needed 4. And when I looked a little bit ahead in the chapter for the quests, it seemed like we had a duo wizard boss on the list. That was going to be pretty interesting. And there are so many different recipes for all these different kinds of alloys that you can make. Tier 2 really opens the portal to a whole different realm of terramity than Tier 1 did. This also prompted me to look into the recipes, and I found a recipe for a bracelet that will really increase your attack speed. And it's actually made with the conductite ingots. And I think we can already get some of that. But the one thing we were missing mainly was iridium. We only had 1 iridium ingot. So we were flat out broke. Now, I remembered that iridium was pretty easy to spot in the end, and using my levitation technique, we could actually gather it up quite efficiently. But I still had a feeling that there was a more efficient method. Alas, for now, I went with the guaranteed method of doing it in the end, so that I could at least make the awesome bracelets that would increase our attack speed. I also went ahead and I got myself a new skill called Bone Breaker, which gives us a damage bonus against enemies that we've recently attacked. This also stacks up. So now we've got the damage negation, we've got the damage bonus, and we are doing pretty good on day 69. Nice. There were a whole slew of other skills that we could actually use. One of the ones that really piqued my interest was Vampirize, that heals you for 10% of the damage you dealt. But you gotta slay like 40 evil skeletons, and they have like a 1% chance to spawn in the Soul Sand Valley. So you could probably spend 200 days alone just hunting those things. Switching gears from all these different skills and abilities, I decided it was time to really niche down on this terramity. Alright, we are getting pretty close to making the Electron bracelets, which should massively increase my attack speed. The only thing we're missing is 1 more conductive ingot and the 2 circuit boards. Probably gonna be daemonium. Right, the way we can get easy daemonium is, I think we could probably hit up that structure. Wow. The room up here, because I know this one has a guaranteed block of it. Whoa. Go ahead and keep checking. Oh, big. These are the guys that dropped the keys. Got it. Oh, that makes me fall. Hold up. We got action. Slip and fall. We got action. Yeah, I think we're good for now. At least for what we're trying to do. So this is all the conductive alloy or conductive ingots. Then we just need 2 more circuit boards, and we need these guys. 1. Did we run out of iron? There's actually no way. Just need to make 2 circuit boards. Boom. And we got the electron bracelets, baby. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Boom. Also, I know this might sound crazy, but there's one armor set that's apparently really good. It's called a Battle Maid armor set, and it upgrades into the HF Maid headband. This will give us like 10% more damage per armor piece, which is quite crazy. We just need soft cloth for this, which is not all that hard to make. Actually, it's really easy to make. Wow, it really is. Post-recording ElAbro here. I did not realize how hard it is to get fairy dust when I said this. When I said this was easy to get, this is not easy to get. It is not easy to get a lot of fairy dust, and you need a lot of fairy dust. I mean, we could probably use Battle Maid if we use this one. It would be worth trying to look for Ethereum, right? And so I hit up a Trial Spire because that was the one way that I knew I could reliably get fairy dust. It wasn't a lot for Trial Spire, but it was guaranteed. A little bit later, I actually got a message from one of the people in the Beyond Discord that knew what they were doing. And they hit me up saying I should put a forbidden dirt in a fairy fountain. So that's exactly what the next plan was. One thing, we need to find a fairy fountain. That's one thing. And the other thing we need to do is get a forbidden grass block, which, dang, that's expensive. We do not have any of these things. Quickly spawns monsters on it will be set a flame in sunlight or near fire. We don't have nearly enough of this stuff. We just don't have a forbidden scroll either. Neurology ritual, dark ritual. We're probably not going to get into that. We go ahead and dig down. Let's see if we can find anything. Blank void. Whoa. Wow, this is trippy. This is really trippy. So there is supposed to be fairies here. At least the way that I understand it. You know what? Let's just do it. I want to explore everything that the pack has to offer. So we are going to make a forbidden scroll. A forbidden scroll is 9 forbidden fragments. And 1 forbidden fragment is 9 of these. So 9 times 9. That's 81. So, oh god. That means we need to do 81 rituals. You're joking. Nah. So we need 81 ectoplasm. Oh, you need wither skeleton skulls for this. Ooh. Ooh. What is that recipe? Ah. Is there any way we can... No, there's no way we can get the wither skeleton heads, right? There's no way we can craft it. No, just crushing blackstone. You know what? No, I have an idea. I think, honestly speaking, we can find forbidden scrolls in ancient cities. Aha. Bingo. Right, what do we... Oh! That's a fragment. So I was right. This is the place where we can get it. I'm just here for the forbidden fragments, my guy. That's all I need. Okay, forbidden piece. That's also good. Origin scroll. Eh. Warden spawn. Do I want to fight a warden? Yeah, that really wasn't hard. Drink of choice right now? Red Bull. Man, if there's any energy drink company, sponsor me. Just give me a free supply for life and I get sponsored every video. We ball. Don't drink energy drinks when you're under 18. Maybe I should put that as an advisory on the screen. Let's go to the other ancient city 4. That is hopefully the last one we got to do. And then we're good. Then we got a forbidden scroll. We got the forbidden dirt. We know where the fairy ring is. And we'll be all set. Whoa! Fragment in 2 pieces! Big! Ooh, level 9 blood needles. Oh, 2 more pieces. Only 2 more pieces. Wait, no. I lied. We need 9. Yeah, another piece. There we go. Ooh! Fragment! Dude, I'm telling you we're gonna make it. I got a good feeling. We just need 1 more piece and then we're good. This is it. This is it. Boom. Bang. We're out of here. Oh, yeah, baby. That's it. The forbidden scroll, dude. Forbidden grass block. Okay. Yeah, this ain't working. No! There's also no fairy structure or fairy biome. There's a bunch of fairies over there. What is this? Why? Fairy fountain. Fairy fountains can be found rarely underground, where stone meets deep slate. This looks like a fairy inside of the fountain. Why is it not spawning any of them? Is it because a mob cap is reached or something? What is going on? Wait, I'm gonna try going there during the nighttime. Let's see what happens. There's no way it should take this long. You're not a fairy. What are you? Why did you spawn? What in the world is this? Why did this thing spawn? Music disc? Why is it spawning? What is this? Yo, I'm out of here. Okay, I think we go do a chthonic dungeon, and let's hope we find some fairy dust. Chthonic dungeon, source terramity. Nothing in a 10,000 radius. What? This seems like a very rare structure. It has to be, right? Nothing in a 10,000 block radius. I really think I'm onto something, dude. Okay, so I went into a creative world, and bad news, the structure is disabled. So, we're going back home, and we're gonna try something different. What we can do is we can claim the chunk, we can force load the chunk. Maybe it will spawn fairies now. It still spawns an ant! Give me fairies! Stop giving me ents, bro. I think we're gonna have to raid a bunch of trial spires. That's quite something. Yeah, no fairies, man. We're gonna have to do the trial spire thing. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Okay. Well, if we loot up like 4 to 5 of these trial spires, we'll have enough daemonium to last us for like probably the rest of the pack.
I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. Gotta do it big, that's the only way to live. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. Gotta do it big, that's the only way to live. Come on. Yeah, come on.
Finally, we have acquired all the soft cloth I will need. I will never ever make this set again. Durability, super low, by the way. The durability is really low of this set. But once we upgrade it, the durability is good. And then we'll get some insane damage. We do need Pixie Enchanted Alloy for this, which is a little bit more difficult to get, considering we need all of these materials. But the cool thing about that is using this Pixie Enchanted Alloy, we can also make the Meowra-sama, which is the weapon I really want. Hellspec Alloy, not too difficult to get. Oh, soft cloth. Ooh, need 4 pixie dust for that. So wait, that's 4 pixie dust. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. Okay, another 12 pixie dust should be 1 spire. Should be 1 spire. The only thing about this set is I was not expecting to look like this when I started the pack. This is a bit awkward. The way that I'll solve that is by doing this. Yeah, I'll just solve it by getting some cosmetic armor. So what are we missing? We're missing the Exodium and the Hellspec alloys, which are not too bad to make. So we already have the Hellspec. Oh, you just need so much iridium for this. That's right. Right, so we just need 3 Exodium, which means we need cracked microcosms, profanum ingots, and anti-prism. The profanum we need a better pickaxe for, because this doesn't mind profanum. We need like a Hellspec pickaxe, a conductite pickaxe, or a Nixium. Oh no, Nixium we can't make. Never mind. Never mind. Could we... Oh, they're upgrades. They're upgrades. Ooh, we're gonna need so much iridium. We are going to need so much iridium. I think we're gonna have to do another mining spree. Alright, stacking 28 iridium. That is kind of what we like to see. That's 23 iridium ingots. Not too bad. Not too bad. 3 circuit boards. Perfect. Then we get 1 conductite ingot. We get our iridium pickaxe. And we get the conductite smithing template, which can mine profaned ore. And the good thing is that while I was mining the iridium, I actually managed to find a few profaned ores. Let's see how much profaned we actually get from this. Oh, I got 4. It also gives a whole bunch of experience. Found another profaned. 6. Let's go. Bingo. This was a big one. At least, yeah, 2 of them. 15. Right. We got 16 profaned. That's pretty big. Oh, yeah. Cracked microcosm. Here we go. Our necessary ingredient for Exodium can be obtained after throwing empty essence into a black hole. Black hole bomb. You need void alloy for this, and that makes 1 bomb. What is empty essence? Throw black matter into Stygian blood. Oh, really? Wait. Oh. Ah, 25 empty essence. Okay. We gotta throw this into a black hole bomb to make anti-prism. I mean, it's not too bad to make. We just need 2 void alloy ingots. And then we can actually already make a black hole bomb. Okay. So empty essence into black hole bomb. Little bit scary. You can copy this. I guess this is dropped. Oh, this is probably dropped by those wizards. We're going to have to fight them anyway. Yeah, okay. So wizards are definitely on the kill list right after this. What else do you make with the microcosm? Ooh, you need it for pixie enchanted alloy as well. Wait, so it's 1 per pixie enchanted alloy. And we're going to need at least 4? 8. We're going to need at least 8. At least 8. I need so much more than this. Wait, hold up. Drop this in. There we go. 24. We're going to have 41 microcosms. I think that will be good. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Black hole bomb. Activate that. And let's run away real quick. That did spawn a black hole. That is terrifying. Oh my god. Would this kill me, you think? Microcosm. Here we go. 41 cracked microcosm. Dude, perfect. All right, let's go check out if we can get some magic protection. One of the things I'll check that with is using my battle maid armor. Maybe we'll equip 1 piece of this. Yeah, magic protection. Here we go. That disables regular protection, though. Oh, that disables feather falling and all that stuff. Could make a luck potion. Might be a good idea. What's the upgrade to the band of power that we can do? Nixium. Also need anti-prism. Can't do that. That's fine. Ooh, Exodium is also pretty good. We need to kill these wizards. Sphodal Olympus. Ooh, that also sounds pretty cool. Ooh, dude, we could make a pretty fire weapon here. Hellspec shotgun shells. Do I make this? I can. I think I'm gonna make the Hellfire. Yep. We're doing it. Oh, saves ammo upon reloading. Awesome. Increase bullet damage. Unbreaking. Slug conversion. Wait. What is slug conversion? Into a single shot that does more damage. If we get 68 levels, we get an insane gun. Slug conversion? Okay, let's go get some black matter. Yo, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this shotgun. Let's make some Hellspec rounds. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 will be enough for now. 1, 2, 3. That gives us 36 ammo. Kind of wondering what the damage on this thing is going to be. One shot does. That's 44.8 damage. Okay, yeah, this shotgun is definitely going to work. This is going to be pretty good. I'm not sure if this is enough ammo, though. Okay, occult fabric. Occult fabric. Oh, that's this one. Man, I'm going to be happy once we're done with this fairy dust grind, honestly. I just want to go fight a boss. We got to do one more thing before we fight this boss. Yeah. We need to get Ethereum. We get this from entities and stuff like that. From structures in the end. That's what we needed to do. Because I really want to have this Ethereum core before we fight in the next boss. Just because that armor, toughness, and the extra damage received into the next attack, plus the Ethereum shield, it's just good. Like, it's really good. Okay, we'll get the fairy dust for the occult fabric. Then we'll hit up the end. Ew, where's all the fairy dust, bro? What do you mean? Might as well gather up some extra fairy dust so we don't have to do it later. Well, I mean, we'll still have to do it later, but anything we grab now is just already there, you know? How much fairy dust did I get from this place? Actually, 20. That's a really good amount. I'm lying. We had a lot of fairy dust in there. I'm also getting really efficient at raiding these places. As much as I hate to say it, but yeah, we're getting pretty efficient with this. Occult fabric. Give me one of those, please. Right, so now we have the occult fabric. That's step 1. Now we just got to get a bunch of Ethereum. Whoa. Oh, that gives you Ethereum. And a bunch of really crazy items. Hold up. You know what? The potions are actually pretty good. It's an invisibility elixir. Not that good. Look at that. Ethereum. So I am right in thinking that these places spawn Ethereum. Oh, wait. There is loot here. Oh, hella Ethereum. Oh. This does have Ethereum. Oh, cracked heart. That's a really good bauble. Can't believe I only found it now. Okay, so this also has Ethereum. So these structures are also pretty good. Oh my god, why are you guys fighting? Oh, you're fighting an endermite. What's the lore behind that? Why do endermen not like endermite? 2 Ethereum. Big. That's it. 2 Ethereum. That's it. Wow, they deal a lot of damage. Oh my god. One more Ethereum. Wow, we actually got quite a bit in here. Good stuff. Two more Ethereum. This was a good end city. 2 Ethereum. Perfect. Ugh, only 1. Ugh. A bit tough. Oh, 2 Ethereum. Nice. Pedestals? Not on the pedestals. Ooh, fat 2 of them, though. We just need 1 more. We just need 1 more. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, we're out of here. We're bouncing. Then we're going to have a great spellstone. We got our hell rounds. We got our potions of evasion and stuff. I do need some ender pearls. Definitely going to need that. And some backup. We got those oak skins on us. We got those elixirs. Then we're fully ready. Just the occult fabric. And then we're going to fight 2 mages. Dude, I am ready. Look at me. That is menacing. Now we just make 4 end rods and boom. We got ourselves an Ethereum core, which boosts our armor by a lot and our armor toughness. Full bar of extra armor, full bar of armor toughness. Wow. I have no idea what these bosses do. I have no idea how strong they are. I didn't test them out in creative. So this is going to be... It's going to be a hit or miss, dude. But I think we'll be fine. What are those? Here we go, Shadow Wizards. Oh my god, look at this damage. Whoa! We're taking a very serious beating here. Woo! Give me some of that. Oh, he does the Stygian blood thing. That's why he deals so much damage. Okay, let me heal up real quick before this Merlin guy spawns. That does no damage to him. All right, we're going for tactic number 2. All or nothing, baby. All or nothing. damage! There's nothing he can do! Torment for the win! Dude, what? Oh my god! I don't think I'm gonna switch weapons, dude. This thing is just way too good. That weapon art shreds. What? He also dropped Fortune's Favor. Isn't that a really difficult gun to make? Oh, you can't even make the gun. Wait, what? No, I like my shoddy. I like my shoddy. Oh, swag glasses, damage reduction, damage dealt, max health. What? That's insane. Extra damage, even more. All mobs get hexed. We got a bunch of anti-prism. He drops occult fabric. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have grinded it out like that. Oh my god. So we got the anti-prisms. I'm gonna copy a few of those. So I'm just gonna make 4 of these regular prisms. And then we're gonna copy these, which means we have 44 anti-prisms now. That's good. That's really good. Which means that we're well into terramity 3. Oh, but it wants us to make hellspec alloys and void alloys. I probably should do that. Can I make more? Ooh, no, I can't. Because I am low on iridium. Because what we're trying to get at is, like, we just did Shadow Wizards. I hope that saves our quest. Defeat Virtue. Kind of want to do that. Then it's Anti-Prism. Then it's Tier 3, which is Exodium, Reverium, and Nixium. So that means we need more iridium. Back to the mines we go. Okay, black matter done. Hellspec alloy finished. That's the quest for the Hellspec alloy. Next one, I think that's the void alloy I still need. I tried to grab my microphone thinking it was my cola, but it's my microphone. How much iridium do I still have left? Only 31. You have to be joking. You have to be absolutely joking. I swear this is not happening. No. Okay, that's the inventory connector. Nice. Now for the storage terminal. Glass, 2 more of these. And then the crafting terminal, which is 4 diamonds and then 4 crafting tables. Disgusting that happened. Okay, now we're back in business. We're back in business. It looks a bit ugly, but it will do for now. It'll do. One of the things I definitely want to do is kill Virtue. The way we do that is we got to make a red lance. We can actually already make that. Red lance. We shoot this up into the heavens. This is actually also a weapon. Whoa! This is a pretty crazy weapon, I must admit. Spectral Soul. I'm gonna need... How many Spectral Souls? No, dude. No, I'm sorry. That is just so dumb. There's another one. I'm gonna lose my mind. No. Literally worst case scenario ever. Nope. You're not gonna explode. I've had about enough of your shenanigans. Right, let's see what this angel's all about, right? Here we go. Guess that pierced the heavens? Oh, I hit something. Whoa. Oh. Dude, I can do that too. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh. What is this? Oh my god. That does damage, by the way. That does some serious damage. Well, I mean, that we're also doing damage. How am I supposed to get to this guy? I don't exactly have a lot of aerial stuff to use. Ooh. I just have my shoddy, that's it. And it kind of works. He's not taking that much damage right now. Ooh, I gotta reload. That does 60 damage. Dude, I'm dealing a lot of damage right now. We should have to stay moving, I guess. Not a hard boss to beat. Yo, don't do that. Don't do that while I'm casting a spell to buff myself. You ass. Oh! That could have ended really bad. Ooh, that's a little bit scary. Ooh, that is very scary. I don't like fighting this boss. I also only have 10 more shells left. I don't think that's enough. Yeah, 5 shells. We are out, buddy. Oh, I missed that one. I'm an idiot. Yeah, we're out. We're out. All right. So what we got to do in this case is we got to go back home. We got to... What? Oh my god, dude, that scared the living crap out of me. But you gotta make a couple more slugs. Okay, here we go. Back to the battlefield we go to finish off this guy. Dude, I feel like an Apache attack helicopter right now. Boom! Oh, I gotta reload. Oh, I can finish him off with this. Nice! Got him! Defeat Virtue. I think I got everything that he dropped, right? He didn't even drop anything. Clears every potion effect. I guess that's Virtue. Oh, bird feathers. We got 9. Is that enough? We need at least like... Oh no, we need... Wait, it is enough. That makes 2 Revarium. We can make Revarium right now. Ooh. Also means we can get this. Oh, we're making that right now. Right now. That's upgrades. Dude! Why is there boss music going on? We got the Olympus, though. We can already make Exodium, for which I needed quite a bit. But the Nixium we have to do during the night. Which means we need one of these, a Moondrill Cannon. That's quite expensive. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Moonstone cannon. Ooh! Place a battery below it and activate it with redstone. You know, I have enough batteries for this. And then it's on to the Ultra Sniffer. Oh, snap. Though I do first want to make Pixie Enchanted Alloy. So we're going to need... This just uses everything, dude. This just uses everything. Prismatic Jewels, Offline Moonstones, Cracked Microcosm, Spectral Soul, Fairy Dust, and Bird Feathers. And I kind of still want to make the Miara Masa. Right, it is almost high moon time. The moon is almost right above us. It is almost time to start shooting. I think we're gonna go for it. The Moonstone Cannon was successful. What are we... Oh... That's what we're looking for, which is only a specific type of moonstone. Okay, I think that's going to be it for everything on the trees here, which means we got to go down. Oh my god, it's everywhere. All right, 12 Opaline Moonstone. A little bit less than what I would have expected. Let me just make sure there's no creepers. Oh my god, that's a charged one. Jeez. We have Exodium. We do finally have our Opaline Moonstone, so we make some Nixium. That completes the quest in Terramity 3 for us. So now we're on to... What's the dependency? Really? You need to make full sets of all of this stuff? Oh. Only then do you get to fight the Ultra Sniffer? That's a bit crazy. Oh, Iridium. I'm out of Iridium again? Nah. I'm missing pretty much everything for this thing. I also need 3 more Hellspec Alloy. Wow, we actually have a lot of items to make. How many Pixie Enchanted can I make right now? Only 3. I mean, that's not that bad. So we just need Hellspec Alloy and then we're chilling. Or the Hellspec... This one. Hellspec Alloy Smithing Tablet, which we got from defeat the Trial Guardian for Hellspec. Oh, okay. Dragon Traveler's Backpack. Sweet. Because, like, for example, now I'm going to fight. So now I give myself strength and regen. That is really good. That is really good. Oh, my goodness. Let the fun begin. How much damage does my gun do? Nothing. Oh, we shred through this guy. Yeah, we absolutely shred through this guy. Wow. That is insane. Well, I mean, we got the smithing template, so we're chilling. I mean, I might as well pick up all the profane ore I find as well. I'm aiming for a good, let's say, 3 stacks of iridium. It's kind of like what I'm aiming for. Still don't know when we can mine that nihilite ore. That one's still a mystery to me. What am I missing? Chthonic crystal? Really? Oh, we need to get some brim slag. Okay, hold up. I believed it to be easy to spot. Oh, it is. It is really easy to spot. Look at this. Oh my god, this is so easy to mine up. Yo. Check this out. Oh my god, it gives so much. See, this is an ore I like to mine. This is easy. We like this. Yeah, stacking 9, so we're chilling. Which means we have enough to get our final armor set. Oh my god. Because we are making ourselves HF Battle Maid. Okay, I guess I gotta at least show it one time. I can tell you this is not my proudest moment, but the stats on the gear are good. Let me walk you through it. Look at the armor we have. We have a whole bunch of armor. We have 3.5 rows of armor. We also have 10% more damage per armor piece now. So this armor is not only good, but it's also really strong. Now I just gotta enchant the whole thing, which is the only bad part. I'm gonna put on my cosmetic armor again. Yep. This ring goes away. I do want to upgrade to the heavenly shackles. What am I missing? I'm missing Reverium. We have 2 of those. We're missing 2 spectral souls. I have 2 of those. Oh my god. What am I missing? No! I'm missing feathers? I only have 1. Oh, that's tough. What about the Band of Power? This one then. Oh, it's 2 Nixium. Oh, I can make some extra Nixium. Oh my god, we're gonna have... This is gonna be a strong upgrade. Okay. That is another 50% damage. There we go. I got pretty good aim. What? I did 274 damage? Is it the closer I am? No. When you're standing, you deal more damage. That's for sure. Dude, I'm hitting trick shots on this guy. Can you imagine that? Guy's getting boxed by trick shots. There you go. Go ahead and give me this. Ooh, sacred speed bracelets. Let's go. How much better is this? I don't know if it's much better. I can't really tell. I mean, we are getting the setup for the Miaura Masa. That's 100% for sure. We have ran out of iridium again. I repeat, we have ran out of iridium fully again. Mura-sama. Now we just gotta make the Miaura-sama, which is 2 soft cloth, 2 more Hellspec alloy, which we don't even have enough iridium for. And then we need some Pixie Enchanted, for which we need... What do we need for that? Also iridium. Oh! Okay, well, I have 3 stacks and 11 right now. Would that be nearly enough for what I'm trying to do? Is the main question I have right now. What am I missing? Jewels? Okay. What am I missing now? I ran out of moonstone? Oh, brother. Oh my god, just kill it. There we go. The Exodium Shield Amulet. That's the one I really wanted to make. Because that gives us another 25% damage reduction and 0.8% damage, which is pretty gnarly. Get out of here, buddy. Oh, 100%. We wasted the time. I forgot about it. No. Right, we got the batteries. We got the Moonstone Cannon. We are ready for the next night that's going to happen. I also have 97 enigmatic die that we can have some fun with after the 100 days is over. Because I'm just curious to see what that's going to do. That makes us the Exodium Twin Bracelets. Hand of Sunleia gone. Exodium Twin Bracelets equipped. Okay. I'm getting better at spotting them. Okay, here we go. 29. I'm pretty happy with that amount. That is really good, actually. Oh, yeah, we need to make 2 of these. That's right. What am I missing? No! We ran out of fairy dust! Ah! Ooh, that was a big load of fairy dust. And the Miaura-sama. Oh Yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing is crazy. I think this is also going to do a lot of damage. Okay, I'm pretty confident. We've got the full set of gear that I wanted. It is day 99. We're about to go into... No, we're about to go into day 99. It's going to be all or nothing. Because we're about to go and fight the Ultra Sniffer. Well, we're going to have to wait a 10-minute time for this to hatch. So this is going to take a while. Well, I guess we're just going to auto farm here for a little while. Aha! Well, that was another 10 minutes of TikTok wasted on 10 minutes of my life wasted on TikTok. Super Sniffer. Okay, I'll do you with the Miara Masa. Sure. Oh! No, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him! Oh yeah, I need to do him phase 2. Okay. Phase 1 went a little too fast. Oh, but I need a little bit more control over my damage. Oh, snap. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That actually hurts quite a lot. And that's only the Super Sniffer. We're about to fight the Ultra Sniffer. A little bit scary, must admit. Okay, this should be enough, right? Okay, it is definitely enough. Okay, this is... No. I don't know what I signed up for, dude. What did I sign up for? I need my oak skin back. This guy hurts like crazy. Why is my healing circle going there? Ooh, this guy's scary. Oh, that's the beam, isn't it? That is a scary beam. That is for sure. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just waiting for my oak skin to come back. This guy probably has 2 or 3 phases, right? Okay, we got everything. We got everything. This is our window. Fourth phase. This is still our window, though. Oh, yeah. Nah, we too strong. We too strong. We way too strong. Oh my god. We also get hyper crits now. Yeah. Dude. Look at this. Gain the ability to hyper crit on any form of damage. Hyper crits do 2x damage with a base 25%. Force hyper crit chance to be 100%? That is nuts. This guy destroys bedrock, by the way. Yeah, he was very easy. Miyaramasa, certified, very strong. This build, certified, very, very strong. Yeah, I'm digging this. That is really good. It is the night of day 99. Oh, dude. That Super Sniffer was a lot easier than I expected. Dude, he was nothing. We're just too strong. We're just too strong. But yeah, once you beat Dungeons and Combat, and you also beat, where is it? Mariam's bosses. Once you beat all of these guys, that's when you unlock the last quest chapter. I think I'm going to use this day to actually try and do that. I wonder how many bosses we can knock out. Maybe I should have saved the Ultra Sniffer for day 100. This is going to be a very easy boss. Here we go. Cathedral of Resurrection. Anything? Nothing, dude. Yeah, this is definitely going to take longer than a day to try and find all the different structures. There's no way we complete this before day 101. Blue Versal, if you're watching this, brother, there was no way I'm going to do all of these bosses in one day. I'm telling you already now. Just the time it takes to travel when you're trying to find stuff, that is fine, though. That is totally fine. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with how this turned out. I know what you might be thinking right now. Day 101, there is one more thing I wanted to do. There is one thing I promised I was going to do. And that is... Oh my god, it's 99 enigmatic die. Okay, it's not 100. It's 99 enigmatic dice that we're going to be using up. Because I want to see what these do. Blue Versal told me to not do it in my base. We're going to do it in my base. What is going on? What is going on? Dude, do you see how fast the tick speed is right now? What is this? The calendar is shook. Dude, this is freaky. I'm glad I didn't use these dice. This would have literally ruined the whole video. This would have actually ruined the whole video if I did this. And it was like that the whole 100 days. Now you are safe. That was a bunch of ancient debris. That was kind of cool. Okay, Divine Wrath. Okay. Charged creepers. Wow, charge the invisible creepers. That is freaky. Another gift. Whoa, a moon shard. Reduces gravity, grants immunity to fall damage. Another explosion. Someone call for an Uber. Wait, what is that speed on the horse? Day of hide and seek. Oh, it gives you invisibility. Wait, treasure inside of the safe? Oh, the one ring. Well, this seems a little bit of a weird world. The world has turned a bit special. This is pure chaos. Oh my god. Wait, that was a golden gift. Kind of want to see what that was. Ring of Agility. We got a Stone of the Ocean. A 9.6% chance to dodge incoming attacks. The chance increases with movement speed. That's pretty good. So you can get some really rare rewards from these. I wonder if people are going to figure out what this pack is going to be from that first screenshot, because it's kind of difficult. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It's a free way to help out the channel, make it grow. I'm going to get a Minecraft tattoo at 100k subscribers. That is coming. I want it. I really want to go to my tattoo artist, get that new tattoo. That being said, it's been me, your boy ElAbro. I'm going to pass out and watch some anime now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.